Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin Bros Sports Companion Show. D'Anthony and I are on the same page today, Dan.
We're on the same side of the desk. I don't think we're on the same page.
We are on the same page today, Dan, because we've got another page that we're turning against over here. We are splitting off Drinkin Bros Sports. Starting next week, it'll be its own network and its own feed, a la Barstool Sports. We just got tired of it. The shows were going 3 hours, 3.5 sometimes on Tuesdays, covering NFL and the college spreads. And then obviously we've got college basketball coming up, UFC, and we have all these awesome guests that we decided that Drinkin Bros Sports needed to be its own feed. We've hired a couple idiots here to work on that new show. I'd like to introduce you to Hot Bob and Fake Dan, a.k.a. Cash Register, who you've seen on the show. You've been making picks for the last 4 weeks. Most of them have been great.
Not recently, no.
Well, we can talk about this last weekend. I got absolutely fucking buried this weekend. And this is how we always start the sports show, right? Because we can't go and say Rostradamus and praise all of our picks if we don't start off with shitty weekends, because it happens. I've hit 5 parlays this year of 6 games plus. Those have been awesome weekends, and yes, I've taken all the accolades and praise that I deserve from those. However, when I have a shitty weekend, I also need to just shout it out and say, hey man, I had a shitty weekend. So we'll start with college. I was 0-3. I had picked The Ohio State University at minus 20.5, which all of us got together and had some beers with and watched that game on Saturday. They were up 35-7 at halftime and then just decided not to play anymore the second half. And they barely covered
they should have lost
my bar tab. Yeah, they didn't cover my spread. They barely covered my bar tab because let's face it, Ohio State loses, I walk out of the bar and I don't pay for anything. That's the way it works. Mm-hmm. But look, who was it? Was it Rutgers?
Indiana.
Same team. Same
In your mind, they're both red, right?
Both.
Yeah, they're both kind of.
And the same thing happened with Rutgers and Indiana. Over fucking Rutgers, they were up by 90, and they stopped playing in the fourth quarter. Same with Indiana, and they ended up winning by a fucking touchdown. Decided even not to go for a field goal, too, at the end of the game, which doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. And it was shitty. So that was my first loss of the day, and then you and I had the big one. Mm-hmm. Your alma mater.
Yes.
He'll suck you in on that shit. I've known him for years.
You're the same way.
Don't fucking listen.
Don't listen to him with Mizzou either.
Do not. If Dan's telling you any UCF shit, just walk away.
Well, here's what he said. He said, look, UCF is going to win. I'm all in on the money line. And we had a bet on that. I actually took the spread straight up. It was -6. And I felt fine about it. It was Cincinnati. I've been the Cincinnati whisperer all year long. I've won every single Cincinnati game the entire year. Some years that I'm good with one particular team. This year it's been Cincinnati. They had the ball on the 1-yard line at the end of the game to punch it in for 4 straight plays. And then the last play of the game, he just hiked it over the quarterback's head, and that was it. It was over. But UCF definitely lost like they should have, and I said they would. But our bet didn't entail that because I had to beat the spread and you had to beat the money line, and neither of us did that.
Well, I'll still be a man of my word. I'll wear that shirt, the pink slut shirt, right?
No, well,
yeah. Well,
I don't remember what it said. Was it
Skyline Chili is what I wanted
to wear. At first, and then Dan suggested we do the pink slut shirt.
Yeah, maybe. It could have been that one, or it could have been the shirt that Archer wore, and I think season 2 of Archer.
Okay.
It's a
where he's in Miami.
It's a white baseball tee. Ringed sleeve, and it says "Got Dick" in pink letters in the front of it.
Also the honey pot, I believe.
Yeah.
Giorgio, can you get on that?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll get that ordered.
It was the gay honey pot episode where he was playing highlight and shit like that. So yeah, we need to order that shirt.
Yeah,
for all of us, really, because we're all gonna need to wear one at some point, unless you guys just want to share that shirt.
We could probably share it.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you want to share, we can share these on that. Did you truly believe in your heart that UCF was going to win that game for real?
I did. I don't believe in Cincinnati.
Really, at all?
No.
Man, they've been dominant all year round.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the most talented team UCF has, but I mean, your experience with Josh Heupel, not a great coach.
No, Josh Heupel fucking sucks. I hate Josh.
Comes out hot, never makes adjustments.
No adjustments, and it's just 3 and out. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, sometimes it works. Like, he was Mizzou's offensive coordinator when Drew Lock was breaking the SEC touchdown record that Burrow then broke like 2 years later. And it was legitimately like every bad team we played, Lock would just drop bombs on, and then we'd play Georgia, and we'd have a 60-second 3 and out, and then the defense would come on, and they'd be fucking gassed by the second quarter.
Yeah, it's what happened in this game. You guys were up 14-3, and then
Happens
just
all the time.
slowly choked the entire game away.
We've blown 2 21-point leads to Tulsa and to Memphis. And yeah, I mean, you were talking about Ohio State. If they didn't have to play that fourth quarter, same thing with UCF. We'd be undefeated if it wasn't for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well, the difference is Ohio State is undefeated, and I think that's where.
And there are
we
also
differ.
4 quarters in every football game.
This isn't hockey,
Yeah, huge distinction.
If I have to compare UCF to a team, let's face it, it's probably the Falcons, the Atlanta Falcons,
Or
they
any,
gotta play all 4.
any Atlanta sports team.
You can pick any Atlanta sports
Although
team.
the Braves
across
just
the board.
signed
Morton.
Smiley and Charlie Morton. That's not Smiley is a back of the rotation guy. He's probably going to be in the playoffs if he even makes the playoff roster with all those young arms they got. He'll probably be like a fucking middle reliever, mop-up guy. But Morton's a big pickup. Not just
huge.
During the regular season, it's Charlie Morton, whatever. For some reason during the playoffs, that dude fucking crushes.
God, I'm surrounded by Braves guys right now.
Yeah.
Three. Yeah.
Three
No,
Braves guys.
I've denounced the Braves.
They
here
still
from-
have to sign a big bat, though.
Nope, they don't. They're not going to do anything. Doesn't matter. They're not
I
going to win the
think-
World
Well, they
Series.
signed Morton. That's a good one.
There was rumored they're in on Springer.
Either Springer, but I've also heard they're actively trying to trade for what's his nuts, Chris Bryant from the Cubs right now. So,
Oh, fuck.
Do you guys want 10 years of Bryce Harper?
no.
No, fuck no.
No.
Look,
No one does.
It doesn't matter. We're not winning a fucking title anyways. I'm not going to show up until it's like the game-clinching game of the World Series. So the Braves could bring back the Maddox, fucking Glavine, and Schmaltz, and I'm not going to. I'm out. I'm out on the Braves.
In today's game, the Braves could have a high school offense with those 3 pitchers and win 100 games. To be honest.
Probably.
Like, there's nobody that exists that can pitch like those guys.
No, and they only won 1 title, so
Dude,
good for them.
That's what I was thinking whenever we were playing the Dodgers, who were just like strike zone fucking robots. Like
Yeah.
we need missing Soroka there hurt a shit ton because he was the only dude that hit like bat. Like he would like induce grounders. He got balls in play. Like, you can't strike those guys out, or you can't try to strike them out because eventually they'll just do what they did, which is take you 1,000 feet deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm all done with the Braves. Again, win a World Series and you can fucking talk to me. Other than that, I'm not going to deal with your bullshit. My last loss on Saturday was the Wisconsin game. Wisconsin got beat by Northwestern. And I'm trying to figure out how that happened because now, look, as an Ohio State fan, I'm amped. We don't have to play Wisconsin now in the Big Ten championship.
You got boned by another Indiana guy, Ramsey, quarterback for Northwestern.
Yeah, so it's going to be Northwestern in the Big Ten championship. I can say without a shadow of a doubt, this is the worst year in Big Ten history.
Yeah, and it's also this is also the year, and I wonder if it's going to continue past COVID, where the SEC stopped playing defense. You know what I mean?
I think it's just all of college football now.
All of college
Maybe.
football teams have stopped playing defense, including Ohio State. Look, man, I'll always talk about how great they are, but when they're shitty, they're shitty. Justin Fields lost the Heisman Trophy on Saturday. That is gone.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is. It's gone. Look, dude, you have Trask, who is just absolutely torching people.
Sure, but he can get hurt next week.
But you have Trevor Lawrence. Like, no, it's too shortened of a season. So Ohio State's already missed a game.
Yeah.
That is canceled. That is never coming back. Now you're going to play Northwestern for the Big Ten championship. That is not good enough. Like, that is not good enough to win a Heisman Trophy. He's out of there, and it's his own fucking fault. He was laughing on the sidelines like LeBron James, fucking yucking it up over there, like Baker Mayfield flipping water bottles.
Is it because he went vegan?
Who knows, man?
Dude, never let your athletic kids go. Is he seriously a vegan?
You saw what happened to fucking Prince Fielder. His neck got fucked up.
Dude, at Mizzou, Michael Porter Jr. has been a vegan. Like, I don't even understand how that happened. Like, the dude is 6'11", and he, like, how do you let your growing 6'11" athlete child not eat protein, not eat fucking
Not
meat?
only that, but like, how do you feed a body that tall so you're not hungry? I've never had a vegan meal where I was just stuffed afterwards, where I was like, oh man, fully satisfied.
No.
You don't like it? You don't like Indian food?
No, no, dude, I don't. And I don't like the way my toilet looks the next morning afterwards after eating Indian food.
Well, we've got a new sponsor this week, later in the week.
Yeah, we do.
Called Tushy.
Hello Tushy, dude. Yes.
Hello, Tushy,
They're doing a Brown Friday deal.
Oh, that's next Friday, actually, yeah.
Yeah, dead serious. It's
That's
gonna be
huge for me, man.
It's bidets. Look, toilet paper sold out. Everybody's using fucking bidets. I get it. I understand it. But
Well, we use them recreationally, too.
Yeah, just for funsies, even when I don't have to take a shit.
Yeah.
I'll sit down on a bidet and get my asshole washed out. And that was my college football experience. I was getting my asshole washed out that day. I was 0-3. I won nothing on the day, including like 6-point teasers.
I took Tennessee plus 10.5. I think Auburn kicked a field goal with like 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
To cover.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
This whole weekend was brutal for everyone, including NFL. So we'll shift on over to the NFL here, where I got my panties pulled down as well.
Mm-hmm. It happens.
Yet again on this. I mean, yes, it happens. Just not to this extent. Like, I
By the
could
way,
not believe it.
The comments section on YouTube is roasting the fuck out of you two guys. I don't know.
perfect. Yeah.
It's one guy. Hold on. Let me
Like, we're not used to that from our like former employer. We get that.
Dan Aguilera says these two look like a gayer version of the Property Brothers.
I like that. I like that, actually. I'd buy a property from them.
I don't watch HGTV, but
No, and you
Yeah,
should.
well,
I get
They're
it.
very well dressed.
No one should.
I
watch
still
that
get
shit,
the joke.
Yeah. So one of the games
Those
flipping
guys
over
they're the modern Donnie and Marie. Actually.
Yeah, they fuck. They're two brothers that just fuck. The flipping over to the NFL here, where I got house on Sunday, was Browns and Eagles. This is the one game, the only game I won on
I'm
Sunday.
sorry.
No, I'm not. So this was our listeners had DM'd me from Cleveland saying, "Hey man, it's fucking pouring here. The field's a goddamn mess. Hammer the under."
Mm-hmm.
So it lasts 2 minutes before the game started.
I could have just told you Carson Wentz is playing quarterback. Hammer the under.
Look, it was 46 is what I got it at. Threw a grande on it. It wasn't even close. I know they came out to 39 points, but a lot of that shit was late. So I shout out to the listeners. But the rest of it, I mean, look, Cardinals Seahawks, not a big surprise that they couldn't cover the over on that. It was 49. So it's 49 on that. Thanks, guys. Falcons, look, I haven't bet on the Falcons since week 1. I said it was not going to. However, it was a backup quarterback, technically the third string quarterback, because Jameis Winston should have started that game. And it was plus
3.5.
Yeah, but I kicked that up with a teaser to plus 9.5.
Right.
Still couldn't cover that.
Nope.
The Panthers Lions. Panthers were
PJ Walker.
Everybody, yeah. You're down to your third string quarterback there, dude.
Well, he was a quarterback for Rule at Temple, right? So I feel like he had a little familiarity.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, dude.
Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares? Like they don't have Christian McCaffrey. They don't have their quarterback. Nothing against the Lions. Yeah, dude. The Lions got blanked 20-0 in that game. Not even close. It was a 3-point spread. Steelers covered, and that was fine. Congratulations. I did take the Titans and the Ravens. I got that one. I took the Texans and the Patriots, and that was fine.
Wait, you were saying that you thought that Jameis Winston should have started that game for...
Correct.
Why?
Because the players wanted it. The players on that team believed that Jameis Winston was the best guy there. And truthfully, last year he threw for, 5,000 yards. He just threw 30 interceptions.
Yeah.
He was the 30-30 club.
Yeah.
Did
he create it?
He might have.
Instead, they were like, no, let's go with the guy who plays tight end and running back all the time.
35,000 for sure. He's the only guy that's ever done that.
He has to be.
Taysom Hill.
That was some bullshit.
Taysom Hill is Tim Tebow.
He had a
Like,
he had a
in
109
fantasy-
rating in the game.
In fantasy, he's a tight end, right?
Yeah.
So you get all those points as a tight end.
Correct. And so in our league, this was a big source of contention this weekend on ESPN leagues because he was listed as a QB tight end. Everybody picked him up and started him as a tight end, and he scored fucking 24 points at tight end. So here's the thing: whoever's bitching about me to change the fucking Kurt Summers, Dirty Curdy is one of them. He got house by it. I got house by it in one of the games. They were like, change the rules, change the fucking scoring. No, dude. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. And congratulations to whoever picked him up, because I sure the fuck tried to.
Yeah, and he, by the way, he didn't throw any touchdowns. He only ran for touchdowns. So it would have been the same either way. Even if you had been playing tight end, like the points would have been the same.
Yeah. Wow.
So just relax.
Either way, it's still two quarterbacks you got to play with in that game. Mm-hmm. And congratulations. The Patriots, look, the Patriots are as garbage as I thought they would. They lost to the Texans. Dolphins, Broncos, we didn't touch that game. That was too shitty.
Fitzmagic's back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jets, Chargers, dude, we teased that up to 16.5. That one was fine. The one that buried me absolutely fucking buried my entire weekend. I had $2,000 on the Packers. That was my lock of the week on the show. And it was a 1 point. They were getting 1 point. They were up 28-14 at halftime. Congratulations, Packers fans. You know what it feels like to be a Falcons fan. They scored nothing except for a last-second field goal at the end of that game. They were trashing the Colts. And then even in overtime, MVS catches a ball down the field and then fumbles it, and the Colts pick it up, kick a field goal, game over. That broke a lot of hearts, and it broke mine. Like, fuck. I don't know if the Packers are that team.
No, I still don't respect the Colts. I don't know why. I know they have a good defense.
I'm with you.
I just don't buy Phillip Rivers.
In preseason, we do a preseason show, which we're going to do today with you guys in college basketball. Preseason, I picked them to go to the AFC Championship, and I'm still there. Look, I still think they'll make it because the Ravens look like shit. But I think it'll be Colts and Chiefs, and I don't believe in the Colts. I still think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But that one cost me, and then, since we're talking about it, the Chiefs, man. When will I learn about the Chiefs, and what do? How do you bet the Chiefs the rest of the year, because they didn't cover again?
What I like to do last year when I was betting the Chiefs was go for player props. Mahomes usually has a pretty manageable rushing yard on the player props every time. Unless you get in, this actually fucked me in the Super Bowl. Too many kneel downs. I was going to hit that. But usually his shit's around 35 to 45, and he almost every week will scamper for something around there. Like when a team's like that, and it has a lot of players like the Chiefs where they're going to do something, but you don't know how the defense is going to go. Yeah, man, just bet Kelsey or Hill scoring a touchdown or Mahomes rushing for 40 yards or whatever the fuck.
Would you hear what happened this weekend with Mahomes? Not only did the Chiefs not cover, his over-under for rushing yards was 15.5. He had 16, and the very last snap of the game, he took a kneel down and lost a yard, finished with 15. No one won anything off that Chiefs game. And again, look, I'm going to say the same thing about the Chiefs I do every week that Dan and I say, is they play when they want to play. He turned it on and scored a touchdown like it was like nothing was going on.
Yeah.
He was having another fucking Sunday drive.
Live bet the Chiefs.
Yeah.
See how they come out. If they're down, you can get them at a better price.
Yeah.
So that might be the method moving forward.
I mean, they're not going to lose very many games. That's for sure.
No.
Look, they're 9-1. I don't even know if they play the last 3 games of the year because no one's close in the AFC. So I don't even know if they'll have to play the last 3 games of the year.
Well, they might
to
catch Pittsburgh. That's
that's right. Fuck.
Yes,
dude, I keep forgetting about.
There's
Pittsburgh.
only one team that gets
It's
a
the most
bye.
forgettable 10-0 team of all fucking time.
Ever.
Yeah.
So, and it's the most important year for the 1 seed because there's only one bye team. So the other 6 teams have to play in the first round.
That's right, but there is no home field advantage, so it's like, who gives a shit?
It's extra game, though.
Yeah, dude, I keep forgetting about the Steelers. The Steelers quietly, look, they covered again. It's time to start believing in the Steelers. They're fucking 10-0. They're 10-0, and they're undefeated on the year. And truthfully, most of their games really haven't been that close.
And they always just find these receivers in the draft.
Claypool.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is that? I don't even know who that guy is, Chase Claypool.
Every year, they just turn somebody else out.
It's crazy.
Matter. Yeah.
It's insane. And then in the same division, you have the worst 7-3 team that I've ever seen in my life, which is the Browns. Baker Mayfield isn't a quarterback. Look, you have the best running back combo in the league with Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Congratulations. But even with OBJ down, it just doesn't really matter. Mayfield's still shitty. But they're 7-3, and they're going to the playoffs, the Browns. The only thing that I like about it is now the Browns fans are going to believe that they have a shot at the Super Bowl, and they're just going to be let down again.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing when a team or any group of people gets their hopes up, and I can see those hopes dashed in front of me.
Yes.
Especially after years and years of nothing but disappointment.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be one more year.
It's going to be another year of disappointment.
Yeah.
So welcome to Cleveland on that one. Who were your Dirty Dan's picks of the week, and how do they pan out?
Oh, Utah moneyline loss, UCF moneyline loss, and then Syracuse plus 19 loss.
Yeah, Syracuse didn't score a point, right?
No, they didn't score.
Yeah, none at all. And these are the bets you're going to get out of the college basketball show, kids. So no, it was a bad weekend for everybody this last weekend. And Jesus Christ, if you were able to come out of it, my only saving grace was last night's game. Somebody on Drinkin Bros Sports, which is a private group on Facebook that you can sign up for and see all of our actual bets as they happen. I took a parlay on last night's game. I took Rams plus 11 on a 6-point teaser, and then the over. I teased that down and won both of them. But people were like, "Hey man, you should probably stop for the weekend. And I was like, no, I got one more in me. And luckily that came through for
I think we should have some games tonight, right?
some sort of moral victory. Yeah, one would imagine we got some Tuesday night games.
A little Maction.
Before we get to the Maction, I want to talk about college basketball. This is our college basketball preview show. There is a lot of speculation that the college basketball season should either be pushed back or potentially not happen. I was watching Scott Van Pelt last night after the Rams-Buccaneers game, and he made a really interesting point. He said, look, out of all of the sports that have been going on throughout the year, the one that was first canceled was college basketball. March Madness was the first to go. You guys had all of this time to figure it the fuck out. Major League Baseball has played a full season and completed the World Series, right? The NFL is currently playing. They have not shut down a week. College football is playing. All Power 5 conferences are playing. You had all of this time, hockey, NHL, to figure this out, and you did nothing.
Yeah, they're like, we'll get to it.
Is there not a commissioner of basketball? And if not, why isn't there a commissioner of NCAA hoops?
I think the difference is in football, it's the conferences running it. Like intelligent people like the SEC and the Big Ten, it's all them. But in basketball, it's just the NCAA. And the NCAA is like just mentally disabled.
Also,
there's nothing.
Also, Division I basketball, there's 357 teams?
Yeah, there's a lot. And there's also, I mean, even in through the entire NCAA tournament, they make about $700 million in an average year, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, but it's not like college football level with all the bowls and stuff. I mean, honestly, it's just not that much. That's probably, man, I would say that college football overall, I mean, there's teams, they're like Clemson, Alabama, they make $100 million a year just for their program in football, right?
Well, the SEC, just with their revenue share, they're giving you like $40-50 million a year.
Yeah. So maybe it's that. Maybe there's not enough money at stake to justify the shit. I mean, look, I honestly think this is kind of a conspiracy theory, but I think college basketball might be going away. Like, what's the point of it at this point? As soon as anything else gets popularized, whether it's going to the G League or going to Europe, where the majority or at least a plurality of your great players at 18 or 19 are going there and then going straight to the NBA, college basketball is done. I think it's done now.
No, because college basketball fans are not NBA fans. They're kind of
they're not basketball fans.
For sure.
They're college basketball fans.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, this is just market degradation. If you start to see a product become shittier and shittier over time,
they'll still watch it. Trust me, the college basketball is not a good product.
They might watch it, but you can't. Like, if you're a business and you depend on just core people, one, your core ages out at some point, and two, your special events don't do as well as they would have. And usually, most companies, particularly like direct to consumer, whether it's content or product, make the vast majority of their money in whatever their peak time of the year is. For a product, it's typically in Q4 during the holiday season. For a sport, it's usually whenever their championship season is, right, or whenever their playoffs are. If you don't make 40 to 45% of your revenue in that peak 3-month period, then you're fucked for the year, right? You have to bring in other people that don't necessarily care about stuff. They're just there for the event.
And they're not doing themselves any favors. Like this year,
canceling shit, yeah.
The number one pick next year is Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State. Guess who's not eligible for the tournament next year?
Oklahoma State, right?
Yeah.
Well, he knew that before going to school. He could have transferred it and decided not to.
Right.
I don't know why. Probably because he got a house for his parents or a car or something, but whatever.
And they're not going to be eligible for the next couple of playoffs either, probably.
No, not at all.
Find out whatever they gave him.
But to Dan's point, like, this year was arguably the worst NBA draft we've had. I didn't know more than 4 players that were going in. Now, granted, the season got cut short, so you don't have those guys who are going on runs in March Madness and all that other shits, right?
But that routinely happens every year. It's just like all the guys you know in college, they're never more. They're second rounders at best, usually.
But when the top guys, like, everybody was bitching that 2 of the top guys didn't get drafted in the NBA draft. Why is that?
Like, it just doesn't. The NBA pretty much drafts a lot on raw talent and what, like, they're kind of like sealing their potential. Guys that are kind of refined and already at their max in college, they're going to be the best in college, but they're never going to be highly drafted.
Right.
Like, Obi Toppin was probably the best college player that got drafted high up. What, 8?
7, yeah.
Yeah.
With the Knicks.
That's just because he was still, though, like a raw physical freak. He was a pretty raw player for being as good as he was in college. Like, he wasn't...
He was the only one that I stuck around the NBA draft for to watch.
And nobody knew who he was last year until they played Georgia in one of those early season tournaments where everybody was trying to look at Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
And they're like, who's this Obi Toppin guy? Like,
I think Tyrese Halliburton's the best player that got drafted this year, frankly. I think he's going to have the best career of anybody that got drafted this year. But it's been a while since we've had a really strong draft. I mean... last year we had, I'm just looking over some of the selections. Last year there was Zion and fucking Ja Morant, right?
Ja Morant is all
Those
world.
is great. Those dudes are both
Those dudes are both
legit.
fucking legit. The year before that it was Luka and Trae Young, but everybody else,
Yeah.
you know, nothing to speak of. I mean, obviously we don't know yet, but
Marvin Bagley's okay.
The farther back in time we go, the more you should start seeing great players more frequently if the draft works. So 2017, is that 2017?
oh, also
yeah.
DeAndre Ayton.
Oh, yeah,
Ayton's
Ayton's good,
Ayton's legit.
He's about to be turned on with Paul.
yeah.
Lonzo Ball,
Maybe
Jason
unlock.
Tatum in 2017, and who was the other big one? Donovan Mitchell. But other than that,
Fox is pretty good. Darren Fox.
Yeah, he just signed.
he's
he just
all
signed a max extension.
Yeah.
So did
Actually,
he only signed a max
Spider.
extension because Sacramento is
Sacramento.
Yeah.
No one wants to live or play there. So,
No.
and I don't blame him, dude. With the injuries you see that happen all the time, like sign these fucking max deals and be done with your life. I don't-
Even like you can
Take the
see
money.
going back 4 or 5 years now where people should have had time to develop. Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, but then Jaylen Brown, Dragan Bender is good, but
Jaylen Brown's really good.
Yeah.
Chris Dunn is okay. Buddy Hield Buddy Hield is. They got lucky. Whomever signs him gets lucky because he's a really good teammate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he does a lot of stuff. But all these other guys, they're like middle of the road guys for the most part in the top 10 of the draft.
Yeah.
Like you see 2 or 3 great players, and then everybody else is like, yeah.
The reason I will say this, though, that college basketball will survive is I'm fine with these guys going to the G League or getting drafted or playing overseas, whatever it is, right? I would like to see more and more college teams where you know the players. They play for 3 years, and you get to know them over a 3-year period. Like this one and done bullshit, right?
Right. So you'll love Michigan State. Like,
Exactly. But here's the thing: is you'll know who Michigan State is, right?
Like Cassius Winston was there forever.
Correct. And I think you need more of that in college basketball in order for it to survive. So like, get these fucking guys out of there. I mean, even when I was growing up with like fucking Kobe and Kevin Garnett and all these other guys, it was like, great. You didn't miss them in college basketball. They just weren't there.
No, the one and done, like the whole like LeBron era, like the high school kids getting drafted first. College basketball was fine.
It's fine.
People still love March Madness and all that shit.
And I will bet on it just the same. So
Yeah, but that is. Let me stop you because you can't compare LeBron, Kobe, or Kevin Garnett to anybody else. Those guys were great. They had man bodies, very young, right? So these guys that do need a year or two to play somewhere, I mean, now it's required by the NBA. You got to be 1 year out of high
19,
school.
yeah.
These guys that do need somewhere to play, why the fuck would you choose to go to a college and play? Honestly.
Pussy and money, probably.
Yeah, but you can get more money somewhere else.
And foreign pussy.
And foreign pussy.
That's right, dude. Yeah, because what was the ball kid? He went to Australia.
No, like Lithuania.
Lithuania first, and then Australia.
But that was when he was a
I don't know if the
teenager.
Lithuania pussy's that solid, but
You never know.
Lithuania.
It's that Ukraine pussy though,
It's
too.
that,
that could creep
Eastern
in there.
European
refugee pussy.
Yeah, like that's the desperate pussy's the best, where they actually need you for food.
2015
bread.
draft. Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, Kristaps Porzingis. Oh man, that's a good one.
pretty-
Miles Turner is a good one. Devin Booker was in that draft. Kelly Oubre, who just signed with the fucking Warriors.
Yep.
Even 2018 was good. You got
Bobby
Shea,
Portis. Fuck.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Luka.
Yeah, there's a
Luka.
couple. Luka. Yeah, he's. I mean,
Luka's
I think the NBA will be fine. I think college basketball.
NBA is gonna be
will
fine for sure.
I really do. I would rather watch a Matt McClung, and I
Right.
know you love him.
Let's go back to Ohio State here.
Yes.
Aaron Kraft.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure you love
Those types of
Aaron
dudes.
Kraft.
Loved Aaron Kraft because I got to know him.
real gym rat.
You know? Yes. And when I say got to know him, not as a person, obviously, but as a player, you got to see him evolve. You got to see what those guys were doing. The 1 year we made it to the last time we made it to the Final Four, I think. We usually have a pretty. We usually have
Was
a
that
Sweet
Odin?
16.
Odin,
Yes.
Mark Titus,
Yep.
that whole
It was
crew.
Odin and all those
You
guys.
talking about Greg Oden that looked like he was 75 years old when he was born?
Connolly. Mike Conley was
Mike
okay.
I love
Conley.
Mike Conley.
Yeah.
Mike
I do
Conley,
like
Greg
Mike
Oden.
Conley,
I miss like the Scooney Penn days and the Turner days, and
Evan Turner?
Everett Turner's still playing.
Yeah.
Still playing with braces. He's got braces at 38 years old, probably.
The Florida Marlins have won 2 World Series,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Florida/Miami Marlins. They won them both as Florida. But how did they do it? They did it by bringing in guys on 1-year deals, interchangeable. They never had a core team ever.
They had their own one and done.
Right. Tell me how many fucking Florida Marlins fans, Miami Marlins fans you run into out in the streets.
A lot.
Somewhere.
I've ran into 2 in my life.
Now, granted, you don't have alumni. That's a big difference in college. People that went there have some association or even grew up near that place. But
no one's a T-shirt Marlin fan either.
No, you can't be because their branding sucks. And I mean, if it was a picture of Derek Jeter getting his dick sucked or something like that, I'd buy that shirt.
Yeah, and they made the playoffs this year.
Yeah, so
they did.
First time they lost in the playoffs.
The NL East is the best division in baseball right now, and there's a wide margin between second best. The AL East used to be for a long time, but not anymore.
Red Sox aren't.
No,
Red Sox
super hot right now.
They're terrible. They're terrible. But as far as college basketball, I want to see these guys play for 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
I want to see teams. I don't really give a shit if they go to the NBA. Like the guys that are going are going to go.
That's like everybody's dad, right?
The other thing,
they care about the name on the front of the jersey.
That's it, man. And that's how I am, and that's why I think college basketball will survive. Is look, you have your favorites. You get to know these guys, and you're better for it. I mean, the one and done shit to me is just like, who's playing this year? That's what I feel like. And that's why we do this college basketball preview show this year. I don't think we've done it previously simply because it's all right, well, who's playing this year?
Do you think anyone in the Midwest cares who's playing for their team?
No.
They just know IU basketball, Purdue basketball.
Yes. And are they any good?
Yeah. In the mid, I guess it depends. In Wisconsin, probably, but they're Packers fans, and Packers fans are different.
And they have all their guys for 4 years, like Brad Davidson.
Yeah,
they
never
back
leave.
this year.
Yeah, there's not. I mean,
It's going to be
just get
taking 10
immediately
charges a
hired as
game.
grad assistants.
Yeah, so look, kids, you know the rules. Before we get into college basketball, mybookie.com, promo code Drinkin Bros will double your deposits. All of the odds we're going to read you off today for the favorites in college basketball. And later on, we'll cover college football and the NFL are from mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros will double your deposit. Who is MyBookie saying is the favorite to win the national championship this year?
They have it tied 3 teams. Gonzaga, that's legit. Iowa, that's fucking insane.
Yes, that's
and
insane.
Villanova, which is all right.
Villanova's a top 3 team in
Yeah, I don't think they
probably
deserve
the country right now.
Some of the odds on here are pretty weird, to be honest. Like,
I mean, Jay Wright, too. You have
Nova's Nova, that's fine.
You have the caliber of a 2-time national champion.
I'm okay with Nova.
Yeah.
Gonzaga
Iowa's
has
insane.
never won a national championship. They always come in at number 1. They will never win because they don't play a hard enough schedule throughout the year.
You're going to ruin my pick for Natty.
Well, no, look, if you do win, then congratulations. You'll be able to play this on loop and be like, fuck Ross.
I think this is the year Mark Few breaks through. Because if there's ever a year, 2020 is going to be the year Gonzaga wins the fucking Natty.
It's the year of the teams winning, like teams that don't win getting their like asterisk championship, like the Dodgers, that everyone will be like, no, that's bullshit, that doesn't count. Or LeBron
that's just a butthurt Braves fan over here talking about the Dodgers they've been great for a very long time.
No,
they just haven't pushed one over the line, but
I'm okay with like this year with the Dodgers winning the World Series. Playing in a bubble is really fucking difficult. I am fine with that being like, I will never put that as an asterisk.
Well, I was glad
World
for them
Series.
because they got robbed by the Astros. Particularly Cody Bellinger actually got robbed by the Astros because he should have won the MVP that year. But I guess they got it back.
They have big 90s Braves vibes.
They do, the Dodgers, yeah. They still do, though, even after winning this year, because I don't think there's any chance they win next year.
No, they got their one championship out of a decade's worth of
We'll see in
ridiculous
25 years.
Yeah.
Well, those like aughts Phillies only won one championship with Holiday, Oswald.
Yeah.
With that stable, Cliff Lee.
Ryan Howard and those guys?
They didn't win any with all those fucking mullet-haired fucks they had back in the early 90s. Because,
I know.
Joe Carter and shit, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
And those are my favorites, man. Lenny
Mitch
Dykstra.
Williams.
I think I was 2 when that home run happened. So
Yeah.
Joe Carter, walk-off.
You still remember it to this day.
Yeah.
That is the biggest proof in the world that when people are like Babe Ruth couldn't play, like not necessarily now, but like in the 90s or whatever, if John Kruk's fat ass could hit baseballs in the 90s, I'm pretty sure Babe Ruth could.
He's an awful
bat
Babe
250.
Babe Ruth was 6'3", 215 pounds. I don't know why everybody thinks he was fat. I mean, yeah, he was a degenerate piece of shit, but he wasn't John goddamn Goodman, who they got to play him in the movie. What the fuck?
He just looked big. He just looked big on
I mean,
camera.
he was more of a David Wells body type, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Humpty Dumpty.
he was taking milkmen deep.
He looks like an egg. Well, I mean, look.
He was taking 85-mile-an-hour fastballs deep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But it was a 530-foot field, so.
Right.
Polo
It
grounds in
makes up
center
for it.
field.
Yeah.
Is that the juice ball era?
No, it's a dead ball
It's a
era.
dead ball
actually.
era, actually.
They're just hitting rocks.
Yeah. What's so you're going with Gonzaga to win it all?
Yeah, I think this is Mark Few's year.
All right, who do you got? Hot Bob.
I got Baylor. They're plus 1,200. I'm big on Baylor this year. He fucking hates Scott Drew, even though Scott Drew currently has.
Scott Drew's never won a conference
Has the
championship.
bat disease.
Never won a tournament for the conference.
Dude, I don't care. Baylor has everyone back. Their guards are both ridiculous.
Never made the Final Four.
They're doing, and Baylor's the type of team too. Like, they play a high enough tempo. What I kind of think is going to happen this year is like anyone who plays high tempo or plays weird has a huge advantage.
So Villanova.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do too. Because presumably teams are going to miss practice.
Right.
So they're going to miss conditioning. And missing practice and missing conditioning means just like you're not going to be there as mentally and physically as you should be. So teams like Baylor, who are all freaks, who play fast, or Gonzaga plays fast too.
Yeah.
Or teams that play weird.
Virginia.
Or West Virginia.
Huggins.
West Virginia is my dark horse championship pick. If I had to go with a secondary team.
Well, look, Gonzaga plays Baylor on the 5th of December, I believe.
Damn, their schedule's kind of loaded this year then. So
Yeah,
they open
they play
up
Illinois.
Thanksgiving against Kansas.
Yeah.
Then the next day they play Auburn. And then they play that game on, what, the 5th?
Baylor,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
So
They
we'll
have
see if
to.
Gonzaga's legit.
They have
Yeah.
to front. I mean, even if they're not legit, they'll win their conference and make the tournament anyway. Or even if they get beat by those teams, they're still going to make the tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun year either way, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Hopefully.
shit doesn't get canceled.
It's a good year to make money, I think.
It is.
I've got Baylor this year, and but for what he says, they brought back their backcourt, and they have a really good mix of schedules. So they play some pretty good ranked teams, they play some marginal ranked teams, and they have good space in between their games. If you look at the scheduling and stuff, I mean, we'll see what happens with COVID. We don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
Yeah.
Which games might get canceled. Or
Butler
whatever.
and Teague are probably the best backcourt.
Yeah, they are
in the
for
country.
sure. They are for sure, and they play. I say get to, and I say this as somebody who grew up watching Clemson not play anybody ever and get to the playoffs and get their fucking shit pushed in. But they get to play a lot of really good teams. Like they play Kansas twice. They play fucking Gonzaga earlier in the year. They play a couple. They play Texas Tech. So some of the mid.
The Big 12.
Big 12's
is
loaded.
a fucking.
It's
gauntlet
very
this year.
good, which means by the time you get to the end of the season, a lot of these teams are going to have missed games, or they play in a weak conference, or whatever it is. They're not going to be prepared to get there. So yeah, they haven't made it Final Four yet, but this season for Baylor looks good for them to get past that bullshit. They're going to have a lot of good experience on this roster by the end of the year.
Hopefully they're not beat down.
See, exactly.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm going with a completely off the grid team here. I'm going
I wonder
with Wisconsin.
Okay.
Actually, to win it all.
Okay.
Here's the theory that I'm applying to this year because of what's happening with COVID and all these games being shifted, pushed, and everything else. Right. We use this. Dan and I used this theory when we did the preseason MLB show, where it was the youngest, fastest teams who could sustain this and sustain that pace for 60 games. I think this year in college basketball, it is the people that have played the most together, who are unselfish, who play like a team and are used to playing with each other, to get through this week-to-week gauntlet of cancellations and games getting pushed and all of that shit. And to me, it is Wisconsin. They are not fun to watch at all. It is a disgusting form of basketball. However, if your games are getting pushed and then all of a sudden you're up against a Wisconsin and you've got to play that style, it's like facing a fucking knuckleball pitcher, man.
Yep.
It sucks week after week after week. I think they win the Big Ten, and I think they have a very, very good shot of winning it all, especially if you end up in a bubble.
They sucked last year, and they still want to push in the Big Ten.
Yes.
Like they just went on a run at the end of the year.
Yep. They play unselfish team defense and everything else. And for that reason, because it is a weird year of everything that is going on, I think the best overall team will win. If you look at a team like Kentucky, they're always stacked with talent. But you need time for those guys to get good. Like last year. Started off really shitty last year. And then I think Ohio State beat them week 1 or 2, smashed them, and it wasn't even close. And they went all the way through the year, and it was slowly, little by little, week by week, they kept getting better and better. When they got down to it, I was like, oh shit, they could probably win. and then it got canceled.
Well, Kentucky's going to be
Right.
loaded this year.
They're loaded.
PJ Boston, Terrence Clark, and then you have Saar from Wake Forest coming in as a transfer.
But they
to give
just
that kinda
haven't
like
had
veteran
enough
presence.
time together,
You
and
could-
that's the problem.
It could end up being a thing. I forget what year, but when they lost to UConn as like the 8 seed,
Yeah.
and Calipari was just like, "Oh, I figured out the lineup," and they just ran through the tournament like they were a 1
Yep.
seed. But
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like
It takes time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it does take time. It was like that death lineup for the Warriors. As soon as they started playing that,
Yeah.
Right.
at least for that season, it was like game over.
You could also argue Calipari, like great at recruiting. Obviously, he's every year.
He's
one or
had
two.
to get better.
He's
because
one-
now
yeah.
you know you only get the kids for 1 or 2 years tops, right?
But I don't think he's a good coach. Like
I totally
he
disagree.
doesn't. He
I
doesn't
completely
develop
disagree.
guys.
he doesn't have to.
Yeah,
No,
no.
now you don't have to.
Yeah.
There's no time. Now you couldn't if you wanted to in a lot of cases.
You're essentially just coaching an AAU team at
Right,
that point.
right.
Right. It's like, hey, here you go.
You see these guys coming out of Kentucky and what they are in the NBA compared to what they are in college, and it's just like night and day.
Yeah, well, because they're all greats. It's
Yeah.
just hard to play together on an AAU
On one
team
year.
that's
Yeah.
thrown together, and everybody's competing for a contract versus a championship.
I don't know. The '92 Dream Team figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just saying. I mean,
a little different story.
It was. I mean, hearing some of the stories that came out of that camp about how competitive they were and how much shit they were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about The Last Dance. If they could have made a documentary out of that, I want to see every single practice, every single confrontation, every single game. I would watch all of that. However much time it took me, I would watch every single second of
I
it.
heard
There is a documentary.
I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not like that.
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
I mean,
like the
it's,
real
it's very
shit.
edited.
Right.
And like,
Yeah.
I heard they tossed all the real shit, and I heard it was Jordan who was just like, "Hey, get rid of this,"
Yeah.
because he was telling everybody to fuck off every single day. And then they also said he was partying.
Well, he
Like,
did
was
tell one
raging
of
his ass
he
off.
did tell
sure.
one of those stories in The Last Dance about how he got beat in practice or something, and they just came out and lit those motherfuckers up.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like they scored like 11 straight points on him, or like 11 straight times on them, and everybody else is getting mad. And he's like, "Fuck you, I'm Jordan, dude."
Yeah, but I heard
Fuck
the
you
other
gonna do?
the other part
That's
of it
that's how
was-
you know that Michael Jordan is the best player that's ever existed, because in the best team that ever existed, not only did he push them to be better, but he fucking took them on in practice and beat everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kobe Bryant, for all he did, never did that, and neither did LeBron, and they couldn't either.
No, but
So-
the real reason was they were running through every single woman in
Yeah.
France and Europe and everything else, and
That was
I mean, it
peak
was-
Jordan fame right
Oh,
there.
dude.
He was never more famous than he was in 1992.
Man, all those guys. It was the best. But last year, and this is the last, we'll chat about it. Reason why I'm going with a team this year over talent is last year, because of what had happened in the bubble and everything else, the Washington Post actually ran a simulation, like 8,000
Yeah.
times or whatever the fuck they did,
Yeah.
and determine a national champion or who they thought it was going to be. And they said Ohio State. They thought Ohio State was going to win the national championship last year. The only reason that makes sense to me, because they didn't have any superstars on that team, any NBA draft picks, is literally because they were a team and they'd played together for 3 or 4 years at that point. But that's about it. Whereas Kentucky, look, there's going to be 5, 6 picks, number 1 picks on this team.
Yeah. I mean, by that logic,
Number 1, like first round picks.
Kansas would probably be a good.
Yes,
See,
that would fit that
Kansas is
mold.
always a
Yeah.
great.
I don't like.
They're always a great pick.
I am real fucking low on Kansas this year, and I'll tell you why.
Uh-huh.
They are. Yeah, they're like a top 5 team in both Ken Pom and the AP poll.
Mm-hmm.
No one is going to suffer more from COVID than Kansas because they play in Allen Fieldhouse.
Yep.
They no longer have a home crowd. That place
Same as
alone.
Duke.
Yeah.
It's even
Cameron
more than
Casey's.
Duke. That place alone wins them 3 or 4 games a year against the other top tier Big 12 teams. That's fucking gone now.
What's the
They're-
capacity of that? Isn't Cameron Indoor like 3,500 or something like
3,500,
that?
It's small, but like everyone's on top of
It's
each
the
other.
loud.
Yeah.
It's just deafening. Like you can't hear. I mean, I'm a Mizzou guy. Like
You been
Kansas
there?
I've not been there. No, thankfully. They are my. That's hell for me. But and I fucking hate Kansas fans. But it just wins them games every year. And the Big 12 is loaded this year. Tech, Texas, Baylor. There's another one.
I think this is the
in
year.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
And so they have all these teams, and like they steal games at home that they shouldn't win because their home advantage is that good.
But
if there's one team I would short or whatever, like if you're thinking like, oh, I might bet Kansas to win it all or Kansas to make a Final Four, no, their seed is going to get hurt a lot by not getting those 3 to 4 extra games that they win because of Allen Fieldhouse. I'm low on Kansas.
Gambling wise, we always have those teams that are our weakness in gambling.
Yeah.
In NFL, it's the Seahawks. In college basketball, it is the Kansas Jayhawks for me. They never fucking cover. So I never bet on the Jayhawks. So I'm fine with not picking the Jayhawks again.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to end up like the top 4 or 5 of the Big 12 is going to be like brutal. I mean, it's going to be like a street fight.
Yeah.
I think Baylor, West Virginia comes out on top. Those are the ones fighting for 1 and 2. I think Texas ends up being 3rd, and Tech is 4th, like right behind them. Kansas.
I don't agree with Texas. I think Shaka's gone. Shaka's done.
Texas is everything that we talked about liking, though. Like they're that team that plays together.
Yeah.
They brought everyone back and then also added a blue chip 5-star freshman.
Okay.
So they have that whole team aspect plus a lottery pick.
And we'll find out. I would still throw money on Kansas. So Kansas is always there at the end. Duke's
Yeah, they're
always
gonna
there
win,
at the end.
they're gonna win
Kentucky's always there at the end.
a portion of the Big 12.
If there
'Cause
were-
they always do.
If there were fans, if this was a normal year, I would totally agree with that.
Right.
Even though I think both Baylor and actually I would only say Baylor was better than them if there were fans.
I think your hatred of that school
Yep,
is
that's what it is. It's
really
clouding
clouding your
I
judgment, man.
I can't
It's
disagree with
crazy.
that at all.
It's clouding over him like DeSosa with the chair in the Kansas State fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, it's.
I can't disagree with that.
It's ugly.
Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah.
It is ugly. Is he the type of guy that bets on Mizzou basketball?
Yes.
Oof.
Oh, I don't. What do you? Oh, no, not these Mizzou teams.
Well, the Michael Porter teams.
The Michael Porter teams I did that year I did, but this
All
they're
3
two.
games he played.
The only thing I'll bet Mizzou with Konzo Martin as the coach is the under. I smash the under constantly.
Okay.
Because they play like Virginia but not good. You know, just slow and defense, but not a top 10 team or whatever.
Okay. What's the Wisconsin spread there for?
What's their chances?
Plus
Yeah.
2,500.
So 25 to 1.
Yeah.
25 to 1. That's great. Ohio State
that
is what?
bad.
33 to 1.
Yeah, Ohio
Yes.
State's 33 to 1.
Because Ohio State's ranked as well.
We were talking the other day. You have an affinity for Mac McClung, right?
I
At
do.
Tech.
Dude, I like the fucking showman, dude.
He's
In any sport, I will always take the showman, and I would
Riff
root
Raff's
for them.
cousin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt McClung, and he transferred, so he's at
From Georgetown. Yeah, he's at Tech.
Is it Texas Tech?
Yeah, Texas Tech. Chris
Very,
Beard.
very important to make that distinction clear. 'Cause
Terrence
there's a lot of
Shannon Jr.
Techs.
probably goes top 15.
McClung gets drafted, dude.
The 20.
He's the Tyler Hero of our generation.
He's not
dude.
getting drafted.
He will.
he looks like Dennis the Menace.
The 2021 NBA draft actually looks pretty good. I mean, we'll see. You never know. It'll be interesting to see if all this college basketball actually happens, if we could see these guys play.
Right?
know.
You got Jalen Suggs from Gonzaga, Jalen
Yeah.
Johnson, Duke.
Jalen Green from the G League.
A lot of
Yeah.
Jalen's.
is expected to go in the
Big
first
year for
round, too.
Jalen.
Yeah.
Zaire Williams at Stanford.
Boston from Kentucky.
Evan Mobley from USC.
Yeah. Zaire Williams, obviously.
So we got some talent
Yeah.
still in
Still
college
in
basketball.
college.
Yeah.
We'll see how it actually
and I'm
develops.
in, man. Like,
but look, I'm looking at the fucking top 15 picks right here, at least on a projection board. 1, 2, 3 of them are from the G League.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they're getting paid now.
That's
$500,000 a year.
That's 1/5. That's 20%.
What would you rather
20%.
do though? You know, go to like Tucson, Arizona, or Des Moines.
Yeah.
Where would you rather play?
Well,
Des Moines.
so the Warriors G League team is in what do you call it? Fucking south of San Jose. What is it called?
Santa Clara or
No, Santa Clara is in San Jose are right there next to each other. What's the one?
Sacramento.
No, it's
Sacramento's
further
north.
south. It's on the. It's like
We could go through California cities for the
Hold
next
on,
3
I gotta
hours
look. I
here.
can't remember the name of the city.
Bakersfield.
No, God damn it,
You're
you guys
a
are going in the
diehard
wrong direction now.
Warriors fan.
I know. I lived like fucking 3 hours from this place, and I can't
Christ's
remember
sakes.
the goddamn name of it. Hang on.
Yeah.
Palo Alto.
I don't care
No,
where
Palo
they
Alto
train.
is also in San Jose.
I'm going to get to the sponsors. You figure that out.
It's in Santa Cruz, which is like one of the fucking.
That was the last city I would name in that
Santa,
Banana Slug?
No, Santa Cruz is like one of the fucking dopest cities of all time. There's nothing but goddamn drugged out hippies everywhere and fucking hot girls.
I
that
have
are
not
and
been
surfing.
to Santa Cruz.
Trying to
I
learn a
would've said
longboard?
Bakersfield.
Yeah, dude. Like seriously, Santa Cruz is dope as fuck.
You're just
Monterey's
describing
real close.
Tucson.
Yeah, I guess technically, and it's warmer in Tucson too.
It is. It is. We get some sponsors here. Why don't you guys stick around for the college and NFL picks as well? We'll get everybody's picks this week. Might as well take a stab at it after the weekend we had last week. First and foremost is KillcliffCBD.com. Nothing better than 25 milligrams of CBD in a can to go with that vodka over Thanksgiving. My God, man. I got
30% off right now, by the
3
way.
cases in the fridge. Is it really?
Yeah.
30% off with promo code Drinkin Bros and free shipping
Yeah.
at KillcliffCBD.com. 4 amazing flavors: grape, mango, orange kush, and strawberry. I'm still ride or die with the grape, dude, forever, but I love all the flavors. Get the variety pack if you want to check them out for yourself. And there's no THC in these, so you will not piss hot on a drug test if you're out there and you've got to do that in this world. Killcliff is the only brand you can trust in this space. Go to killcliffcbd.com today. Promo code Drinkin Bros gets you 30% off and free shipping. Next up, we got ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Same thing, man. 30% off everything for Black Friday. Everything's 30% off in the store from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. That's pillows, sheets, mattresses, adjustable bases. You name it. Everything is 30% off at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. As always, they got a 36-month pay-as-you-go program and no interest there. And all of the deals, all of the 30% Black Friday deals are applicable with that. So you can knock down a sweet bundle package down to
bunghole package,
$38 a month, $35, and get all the shit that comes with it there. Last but not least is mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposits. They've got a little Thanksgiving giveaway. Did you use the Thanksgiving one? The $250 on there?
Yeah, of course.
They've got
Oh yeah, I see that in my bank here. Is that what that's for?
Yeah, you got a fucking bonus, dude, of $250. I will bring it up for the rest of you dummies who aren't on there on the old mybookie.com.
It's like people are trying not to make money, Ross.
I understand it, but they've got a free Turkey Day free play here. Come on. This is MyBookie's third annual Turkey Day free play for Thanksgiving Thursday. You get a chance to bet up to $250 risk-free on the early Thanksgiving game. Who is the early? Is it the Lions this year?
It's always the Lions.
Yeah.
Against
Cowboys
the
are
Texans.
second.
Yeah.
And then we're not so sure about the Steelers-Ravens game.
Yeah, we'll see if it even happens.
See the Turkey Day free play game, so that's good for the Lions versus Texans game, which I'm actually looking forward to. You can do the all gravy wager on the full game spread, and then you pick the right team, you win. Look, you're good to go for $250.
There's some good bets to make on that Dallas-Washington game too.
Yeah.
I mean, it may not be the best game you've ever seen, but there's some good bets to make on that game, and we'll get to that here in a bit.
Yeah, and so by the way, if you lose that $250, it will be refunded before the next afternoon game. So you're good to go on that. New players will get their first deposit matched halfway up to $1,000 to add even more excitement to that day, because let's face it, you got your family in town. Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade is going to be people-less this year. Just gonna be, I don't even know who's tugging those floats around and what the fuck they're going to do. So you might as well gamble.
It's all robots.
On the games at noon with the Detroit Lions and the Texans game.
Sex robots.
Sex robots at mybookie.com. I like the Fox robots at mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposits. We will start with NCAA football. And when you go to mybookie.com this week, check the dates on these games. It's Thanksgiving week, so there's a lot of Friday games.
Yeah, there's quite a
which
few,
are
actually.
Unusual. Yeah,
Not Black Friday.
Yeah, well, that's racist.
It's racist, yeah.
Yeah, we don't say that around here.
No.
But the Friday game, I've got a huge shocker for you. That's going to be my second pick, but I'm going all in on this.
Jared wanted to do this sketch a couple
this.
years ago where we had an employee named Friday, but it was during Black Friday, and that was his first day. But he was a black dude named Friday.
Right.
And people kept saying Black Friday, and he thought everybody was racist because he didn't know what Black Friday meant because he had never worked in marketing before.
I'm glad that was never shot.
Yeah.
I'm glad that sketch was never shot.
It takes a lot of explaining.
Yeah.
It is too much. What my addition, or I guess my spin on that was to do instead of that, do a Halloween party. It was a pirate themed Halloween party, but I show up as a Somali pirate in blackface.
Yep.
Then we have to have an HR meeting.
Yeah. No. I get it. I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
And you keep telling him I'm the captain now. It's a good thing none of those sketches were ever shot. And they're only talked about here on Drinkin Bros.
Yeah.
Promo code Drinkin Bros will double your deposit.
Jesse declared Dan head of HR on RPR.
That's true.
That's true.
Dan will have to report to Dan.
That's true. So I've done a lot of weird shit like that over the years. If you're in any military unit in the U.S., there's an EO there's an EO rep, like equal opportunity rep, right?
Okay.
it's usually not a white dude with a red beard.
Obviously, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I actually campaigned to get the job just because I thought it was funny.
And you got it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, my buddy Enoch was, and obviously not a white dude, was the EO guy, and I was campaigning against him. He was like, this is a campaign. You can't actually win this. I was like, look, let me live my fucking life.
Yeah, dude. I want to be
Jesus
the best
Christ.
me that I can be.
Yeah, I was just trying to, make change where I could.
Obviously. And we're proud of you, Dan.
Thanks.
And we're proud of you. Proud of this Friday game here at noon. Because we got the NFL on Thursday, college on Friday, at least top 25-wise. Iowa State against Texas. Yeesh. It's a tough game to pick here. Both are one is 6-2, one is 5-2. It is Texas minus 1.5. We'll start with you, Fake Dan, and go around the horn. Who do you got in this one?
This is brutal.
Isn't it?
Nah, I don't want it.
Texas is at home.
God damn it.
Yeah, no, I'll take, fuck it. Texas money line.
Well, money line. You're not going to give away
Minus
that point
120.
and a half.
Yeah, I'm not giving the point and a half. I'll just take the money line.
Yeah. What about you? Hot Bob, what do you got?
Yeah, I think the Big 12 eats itself, or continues to eat itself, and weirdly that would be Texas beating Iowa State this time.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think Texas probably wins it. The whole Big 12 is fucked this year.
Fucked. That game is actually here at 11 a.m., by the way, on Friday. I'll have the children's that day. Who do you got, Dan?
I agree with them. I'm not going to bet this game, but I do think it's going to be Texas that wins this game.
Yes, and I'm with you. I think Texas wins this game as well.
Like the Big 12 is set on spoiling everything for everybody.
And Homeboy needs this game to be Herman needs this game to be coach here.
Well, I mean, honestly, I hope if that's the case, then I hope Iowa State wins because I want to see fucking
Urban Meyer
go to Texas, to be honest.
It'd be pure sex down here.
Yeah.
I'd be at a lot of Texas games, I can tell you that.
And I want to see a fucking Texas-Ohio State national championship.
Well, I'll do you one even better. They got a home and home here, 24 and 25. So if Urban Meyer's the coach, you're 3 years away from that. That would be fucking amazing and the highest ratings of all time.
I mean, it would Texas. I mean, look, I got it. It's Texas. Blah blah blah. I like Tom Herman, whatever, but fucking Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer.
It's Urban Meyer.
Yes,
Man.
it's Urban Meyer.
If you have a chance to get Phil Jackson, you get Phil Jackson, even if you're the Knicks and even if he's in your front office, right?
I agree. So with this one here, I think Texas with my wallet, but Iowa State with my heart. Next up, this is the biggest game of the weekend, in my opinion. I've never been more amped about a game of the season.
Colorado State Air Force.
Nope, not one prayer on this earth. This is Notre Dame, number 2, against North Carolina at Carolina. This is Notre Dame -5. Fake Dan, who you got?
I'll go with you.
You know where I'm going?
Yeah. Don't go on this ride alone. I'll go UNC money line.
I am. I'm going UNC money line on this.
No.
I think Notre Dame wins by double digits.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Notre Dame's going to beat the shit out of them.
Notre Dame is a better team than we thought they were, and they're taking advantage. They're one of the few teams in college football that are taking advantage of all this chaos right now.
Yeah,
They are.
and they're just not. They just don't seem as soft as they usually do.
Yeah.
Like Notre Dame just kind of like gets this nice back half of the ACC schedule, and then brand names their way into a playoff. Like, no, this Notre Dame team is fucking wrecking people.
Over under 67. Take the over. Yeah.
At 67?
Yeah.
Yeesh. I've got North Carolina all fucking day in this, and I'll take it a step further. I have a 2-year-old child who has never worn a football jersey yet or a little uniform. If Notre Dame is to win this game, I will dress him up in his first uniform as Notre Dame. And I will post that in Drinkin Bros Sports on Facebook. You heard it here first. I know I'm a diehard Ohio State fan. This is how confident I am that North Carolina is going to beat Notre Dame. It's -5 for Notre Dame. You can take the points. You can take the money line. You can take your friend's wife after this. I'm going North Carolina to upset Notre Dame and fuck up their whole year.
You're basically the inverse of a Notre Dame fan at this point because you can't admit that they're better than what you thought they were.
They are, but here's the thing: they barely beat a second-string quarterback with Clemson at home with fans.
It's Clemson.
Still,
Yeah,
This is North Carolina.
never played one snap.
I still have
before.
memories of that 12-7 win against Louisville.
Yeah, dude.
Louisville's not good.
Louisville's terrible, man. They have these slip-ups. I think this is going to be one of them. And Mac Brown
At home?
Mac Brown is a guy that needs a signature win every year. Every year he has one. Last year it was almost Clemson, and then he decided
Home
to go
team
for
getting
2.
points.
Yes, dude. I am all in on North Carolina on this one. And if not, I will put my son Jagger in a fucking little tiny Notre Dame uniform and post that for all of the world to see as his first.
I think you should just go ahead and put him up for adoption because only a bad father would make this bet. Dude. You know how many fucking PlayStation 5 games you could buy with whatever you're going to bet losing on this game?
My kids don't play. Well, I don't want them to play video games. They like to, but
yeah, he's going to.
I'm going to call child services on this bet.
No.
No. It's the guy over here with like just a handful of edibles on the table in front of him is going to call child services. Shut the fuck up, George.
Wait, finish those.
You don't even know where you are right now, asshole.
I know that.
He had called child services and he couldn't tell him where to go. Like, oh no, just track my phone, man. Hell yeah, it's 2020.
They're here, man. There's no kids here. We don't let any kids in the fucking studio. Next up, we got Oregon.
That's a legal thing.
By the way, as far as a triple header goes for this day,
it's not bad.
Shit, dude. Oregon State. This is the battle for Antifa.
It's the it's Civil War is what they call it.
Yeah, Antifa.
Same difference.
Yeah, same difference. This is Oregon -14 to Oregon State. Who do you got, Fake Dan?
I'm a Beaver, man. Hell yeah. Can you imagine going to school and just like people say, "Oh, I'm a Buckeye." Do you actually say I'm a fucking
beaver, dude?
No one
They
would
try to
know.
balance it out with the turnover chainsaw they have.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Like I'm a
gross.
beav.
I've actually been to this game in Corvallis.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
What's it like?
Dreary.
Smells weird.
It's
Yeah,
raining.
I bet it does.
Weather's
It
bad.
smells like logging.
Smells weird and the weather's bad.
Yeah.
That's everywhere in Oregon.
Exactly.
basically.
Do you think they can cover 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, but I'm not going to take it. I'll say
Me neither.
Oregon for the sake of the show, but I'm not going to lay money on
Don't
that.
bet on the fucking
Same.
Pac-12
Don't
ever.
bet on the Trap 12 ever, but I don't think Oregon covers. What about you?
I'm the same as Dan in that I would not personally put money on this game, but I'll go with Oregon just because fuck Oregon State. If I really had to bet something on this, I would
Oregon
take it
State's
over.
pretty bad.
Oregon State
is
sucks.
pretty bad. Yeah.
If I was
kind of turning it around, but not really.
If I had gun to my head, if I had to bet anything on this game, I'd take the over.
And this game's with no fans too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no
So
fans
it's going to be a
here.
weird ass game. I mean, it's going to be. We'll see what the television broadcast looks like. I think it's going to be kind of weird. To be
Yeah, hey,
honest.
Notre Dame, North Carolina, there is tickets. You can go to drinkinbrostickets.com for all your ticketing needs.
Same
by
with
the way,
Iowa State, Texas.
Yes, so we have all the tickets there for all of these games. By the way, drinkinbrostickets.com. Next up, the Saturday games at noon. I hate Fox. I hate these fucking noon games for Ohio State. They always put Ohio State on. This spread started at 28. It's minus 28.5 for Ohio State against Illinois. Who you got, Fake Dan? That is a lot of points again.
It is. You guys probably sleepwalk through this game and still win by 30.
Yeah,
So you cover.
I agree.
Illinois is terrible.
Yeah, they're horrible. What do you got?
Yeah.
Lovie Smith shaved his beard, so he lost all his magic.
Is that
Hot
what
Bob.
it was?
Yeah, I think his gray beard. Hot Bob, who do you got?
I kind of think that obviously Ohio State's going to win this game, but this feels like the type of game where Illinois just like racks up points late and backdoor
And
covers.
accidentally covers, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they put 41 on Nebraska last week and 20. I don't know. Minnesota shut them down pretty good. Purdue.
Nope.
It just feels like they barely cover. Like it's going to piss you off.
Right. I'm with you. What about you, Dan?
I think Ohio State's going to cover pretty easily. To be honest, I mean, they that Illinois-Nebraska game was pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure that what was the score? 58-17 in the Ohio State-Nebraska game, something like that.
Yeah. In Nebraska cover. I mean, Ohio State covered obviously, but
I don't think I would bet over/under on Illinois at 9.5 probably total points in the game.
At how much?
At 9.5. I don't think they're going to score very frequently, frankly.
Oh, so you think you've got Illinois only scoring 10 points in this game?
Basically, yeah. And the over/under for the game is 70.5.
So you think Ohio State's going to have 60?
They're probably giving Illinois 15 to 18 points, something like that. So I think that spread's actually kind of low. I think they're going to fucking get lit up.
I hope so, but look, they didn't cover against Rutgers. They should have. They didn't cover against Indiana. They should have. 28.5 is a lot for me. I'll take this in a 6-point teaser. I'm with you. I think this comes down to garbage time. And there'll be some weird touchdowns at the end. Ohio State does not cover. They should, and they need to. They need to start covering bad because they've only got 4 games left, including the championship. So we'll see. But hopefully Justin Fields bounces back. I'll be watching this. That's at noon, and we will find out. But I'm going to put this in a teaser. I'm not going to bet this straight up. Next up, we get Kentucky at Florida. This is Florida minus 23.5. It's going to be 78 degrees for this game at noon on a Saturday. It's a lot of points.
Fuck that.
College football has felt like too many points this entire year.
Yeah, I'm not betting that much on Florida, who can't decide who it is as a team. Although Trask is the favorite right now to
He's
win.
that dude right now.
He's got 31 touchdowns. This is the Heisman Trophy winner.
No, he's
In the most uninspiring way possible.
Yeah, right
it's
now,
just like a pitching machine.
Yeah.
Like he's just like.
Right now, Kyle Trask is at minus 150. Mac Jones from Alabama is at plus 300. Justin Fields plus 350. Lawrence plus 1,000. Nobody else is even close to this dude right now.
And I agree with those numbers on my bookie. Like Lawrence, because of COVID, it's not his fault, obviously, but it's games played.
Yeah, he's done.
Fields,
He's out.
games played, and he fucked up last week. Like, you can't have a fuck up week. So.
Indiana might be good.
They are. They're legit, I think.
I don't know, man. I thought they looked like fucking trash. Ohio State's defense, they're playing fucking zone and not man-to-man. I don't understand it. You have 4 fucking first-round picks on the goddamn defense. I could rage about that all day, but I won't. Points on Florida, minus 23. That is a lot of points. Who you taking, Fake Dan?
This is gross. Kentucky. Give me Kentucky. Give me the points.
Oh, with Kentucky, all right.
Yeah, give me Kentucky.
What about you?
Yeah, Florida's not covering. I'd take Kentucky. It's going to be a
nose.
really gross game.
Just fucking hold
Kentucky.
your
No,
nose.
I agree.
Kentucky just makes you look like shit. They make you look almost as shitty as they look.
I agree. What about you, Dan?
I'm going to go Florida because fuck these two guys.
Yeah, I'm with you. Look, Florida's been covering as of late. Kentucky has scored 0 points here in the last few weeks, man.
They're due. Yeah.
Who knows?
Kentucky's been due since Kentucky football existed, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The only good player they've ever had is Barry Snell.
Benny Snell's
Benny
gone.
Snell, yeah, he's dead now. So
He's
he's
in
the
Pittsburgh.
NFL,
Yeah,
but whatever.
He's in
moved
Pittsburgh.
on
Yeah, he's moved
to a better
moved on
place.
He's
to
10-0 right now.
Yeah.
So
the next life.
yeah, the further east you go in Pennsylvania, or further west you go in Pennsylvania, the better apparently, because Philadelphia Eagles suck.
Exactly. Next
Don't
up, we
have to talk
got
about
Maryland against Indiana. This is the Indiana team that is so great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to skip this one.
Yeah.
He's disgusted. He's got to walk off
He's
set.
disgusted. You should. You shouldn't be here for something like that. It was 35-7 at halftime, for Christ's sakes. Ohio State against
Well, Maryland
Indiana.
decides like they either don't score or they score 40 points a game.
Right.
So
Look, man. Yeesh. It's a tough one, man.
What's the line?
Minus 12. It's minus 12 for Indiana.
I think it's a letdown spot.
Yes, you put everything into the Ohio State game, or is it? That's the thing. You were down 35-7. Were you really being let down? Because you just still didn't have a shot in the game, like realistically.
Right.
Yeah, is it a letdown or are they just fucking pissed?
Yeah.
And they want to come out and drop
Yeah.
a
fuck
fucking
it.
100 on.
I'll go Indiana. They stomped the Turtles.
I think so too. I got
Yeah.
my 2 touchdowns.
I don't love that. I don't love that line either. Like
12
but
is
yeah,
just such a stinky number.
I would take Indiana. Gun to my head.
It's like, of course I can cover 12.
I haven't seen minus 12 though in a very long time.
Yeah, it stinks.
I mean, usually it's 10.5 or 13.5 or 13. Like not minus 12. Minus 12 just says no one's betting on this game. What do we do? Just throw up a number of minus 12. Dan doesn't need to be here for this next one either because this is Texas Tech. Stay back there, Dan. Don't come anywhere near this game. Texas Tech against Oklahoma State. This is Oklahoma State's minus 11. He's coming back. I told him not to. Don't come back for this game. Who you got in this one, Fake Dan?
Oklahoma State, I guess, because they have a defense. Sort of.
Do they?
Sort of.
Eesh.
Dude, unlike that 12 or whatever, this 11, I actually love Oklahoma State for that. They're furious that they lost to Oklahoma. Texas Tech's not good. They're going to beat the shit out of them. Also, fuck the spread, though. The over-under on this game is 55.
Right.
It's weird for a Big 12 game, isn't it?
Smash fucking 55 for the over.
So you're hammering the over on this one.
Yeah.
This will be like a 17-13 game.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. This whole conference is garbage this year.
Yep.
It's them and the Trap 12. So I don't really bet on these games, to be honest with you, man. And the crazy thing about this year, because of COVID, like I was trying to think of why I've been shittier, like just shitty in this year in college football. Usually, I think it was 82 or 83% last year. With no fans, college football needs fans in the stands, and it definitely influences a game. And it's strange this year, man. And it seems like teams just kind of quit or give up. And I don't know what there is to play for in a game like this. I mean, there is tickets on drinkinbrostickets.com for $57. But what the fuck do you do with this?
I mean, you go to the game and get fucking blackout drunk and make an asshole out of yourself.
Dude.
That's what you do.
So you might as well do that.
That's
but
what
I wouldn't bet on
college
this
football's
game.
all about anyways.
I wouldn't bet on this game.
Why not? You think you're better than betting on this game?
Yes, I am. This is Texas Tech and Oklahoma State. Nobody cares about these goddamn teams.
Well, speaking of two teams that nobody cares about.
Yeah. Tulsa versus Houston is up next.
I mean, they're both close to here, I guess.
And this is Houston -1 in this. Here's the deal. Houston's 3-3. Tulsa's 5-1 and actually ranked.
Here's
They're
the
still
deal.
not even
Tulsa
favored.
should have lost like 5 games already.
Yes.
But they
Yes.
keep finding a way to win. So, yeah, they're going to win this game.
My little brother went to Tulsa, and he's a pretty degenerate gambler. And the one thing he always told me was Tulsa's not good, but they always cover.
Okay. That's how I feel about Boise State. I tell everybody to beat the over on.
Yeah.
I always bet on Boise.
I love Tulsa, and it's not, or it doesn't matter if they're on the road that much
No.
because there's nobody fucking
There's
there.
no fans there.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. I'm not betting this, but who do you got, D'Anthony?
I do like the American Conference. I just, for 1 year, I want true inter-conference play. Like, you have to play at least one team for every 5, like every major 5 power conference team. And to be eligible for the CFP, you have to do that. You have to at least play one team from each conference. It could be a shit, it could be Vanderbilt, it doesn't matter. But everybody can't play Vanderbilt. And over time, when these teams play each other and see the ticket sales and TV contracts from those games coming, they're going to keep doing it regardless of wins, right?
Right.
So that's what I want to see. I want to see these American Conference teams actually play somebody.
So you're a fan of the Power 6?
We'll see. We'll see, right? I mean, I think they're competitive, but when Tulsa played Oklahoma State, they only scored 7 points, right? So,
Right.
but that was the first game of the year, and to be honest, first games in college and pros this year, I've not paid any attention to when I do my analysis on who I think I'm going to bet on that week, because those games are fucking tossed. As a matter of fact, half of these goddamn games have been tossed up so far. As to who I'm going to bet on in this game, no one.
No one, yeah.
Because why the fuck would I?
No.
I know, this is basically a pick'em. I'm not going to bet on that.
No,
Who the fuck
no
knows
one
what's
wins
gonna
in this.
happen here?
America loses in this. Next up, we got Minnesota against Wisconsin. This is Wisconsin -21 in this one. Faked in.
21.
All of these spreads this year in college football have been brutal, dude.
yeah.
Brutal.
Wisconsin's pissed off. They bounced back. Minnesota's not very good.
Minnesota is garbage. If I this is not a line I would eagerly bet on, but
No,
I mean,
dude.
fuck it. I'll take Wisconsin. Maybe by a point.
Maybe Wisconsin first half.
No fucking
Nope.
way.
No.
I'm not betting
I
this
don't-
goddamn game,
me
man.
neither, man. This is fucking garbage. This is garbage. It's like this next game for you, dude. You've been the Coastal Carolina Whisperer this year, Fake Tan.
All they do is cover.
All they do is cover, but it's
And win.
minus. It's
They're 8-0.
-17 against Texas State.
Who are the best 2-9 team in the country?
Now, Coastal Carolina won last week, by the way, but they
So did
fell-
Texas State.
Here's the thing: they fell a spot in the rankings,
Right.
which is rare for an undefeated team to fall a spot after winning.
They were down to App State.
They
Like
were.
a good portion of that game.
Yeah, most of the game, and
Yeah.
I've never seen that field before until last week, and it is ugly to look at.
Well, you're a Boise fan.
I am, but it's
He's not a Boise fan. He's a fan of making money.
a teal field versus a firm blue. I'm fine with that, but the teal one's weird to me. This is Coastal -17. Who do you got?
Texas State actually plays everybody pretty close, despite
2-9.
Despite being 2-9.
Nope.
Give me the
They're
Bobcats.
2-9.
God, I hate you so much.
God damn it. dude.
Everyone hates you.
So you're going with Texas State.
They give me the Bobcats.
All right. Who do you got, Hot Bob?
I honestly, Texas State is pretty dog shit, but they do score. So I kind of like if I was gonna
Take the over.
bet anything, yeah, the over's 58.5. I kind of love the over on this game.
Brady McFootball,
But
man.
if you wanted me to take a spread, I'll take Coastal Carolina -17 because Texas State is ass.
The reason why you guys are getting your own show for college basketball is because you guys will bet on these dirty games.
And
Whereas
also
Dan,
the-
I don't even have to know what Dan is going to say. Not one word. I know he's not betting this game. I know I'm not betting this game.
I'll put money on this game right now.
I know you will. I know the two of you dirtbags will.
Yeah, I spend my expendable income on drugs.
Yeah.
And this is clearly your drug.
It is a drug.
Yeah.
It is. There's nothing that makes me more fucking worthless than betting. Like last year during college basketball, holy fuck. Wednesday night, I would be up till like 1 a.m, like I just did like a fucking line of cocaine. My wife would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'd be like, I got the over in the second half on this fucking basketball game. Like, just go to bed. Just go to bed.
Yeah, I'm not touching this fucking game in a million years. Next, I'm not touching this game either. Louisiana is number 23 against Louisiana Monroe.
0-8.
Minus 28.5. Yeah.
Throw the records out, though. Rivalry game.
Oh, God. For what? What do they play for? The fucking three-legged gator? What do you play for in a game like this?
A muffalata sandwich. It's a big one, though.
Yeah. They're not even in New Orleans. What do you play for in Malone Stadium?
In Monroe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing.
Is there a casino by?
There's got to be a casino there.
Probably.
And really, like, none of you guys bet this game, right? Like,
No.
I'm not touching
This
this.
is
No.
insane.
Me neither. Now, the next one I will bet in a second. This is the highest spread, though, I've ever seen in the history of this rivalry. This is Auburn against Alabama. This is the Iron Bowl, 3:30 game. It is Alabama minus 24.5. That is a fucking gigantic spread. What do you got, Dirty Dan?
Auburn. Yeah, give me Auburn. They stink.
Points.
They
Yeah.
stink, but give me the points.
Yeah, I would definitely take Auburn to cover. But also, though, in this one too, you got a really kind of over under that's weird to me. Like, I wouldn't
62.5?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking the over on that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, if Auburn's going to cover, it's not going to be because of defense. It's going to be because they're hanging with them.
True.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of faith in Bo Nix.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll do a 6-point teaser on this and jack this up to 30.5. But I'm with you. I'm going to take Auburn in the points. What do you got, Dan?
Yeah, I'll probably take Auburn with the points here. I mean, what other than Mac Jones trying to win the Heisman, what's the impetus for Alabama to really come out and wreck this game? If they just, to be honest, play normal for the rest of the year, they're already assured a CFP position.
Right.
So why take any chances here? Why ruffle feathers? Why do anything stupid? Alabama is not a chance-taking university.
No.
You know what I mean? And historically down the stretch, if you look over the years where they've been really successful and the years where they've either been in the CFP or in the national championship, the last couple of games of the year they have a shitty record versus the spread. I don't know if it's because the competition is better or not. I just saw that stat, but I don't know. Against a team like Auburn, come on, man.
Strange.
And there's going to be fans there too. Not a lot, but there's going to be fans there, and it's, you know.
Tickets are hard to get, man. Again, drinkinbrostickets.com has them, but
I mean, 2 years ago we saw that game, and it was, or was that? No, that was LSU, and it was 29-0.
Yeah,
I guess.
No, Auburn won last year.
Yeah, I don't know.
In this one, Mac Jones going for the Heisman. I mean, he's got 18 touchdowns. Trask has 31. I don't think that's close.
It's over.
So
24.5 is a lot of fucking points.
It is
for two SEC teams.
Well, and also Bama
in a rivalry.
Their defense in a rivalry, and their defense got fucking gashed by Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Like I like the over. I don't like Bama to cover.
Is there
25.
any really good college defense right now? Because we thought it was Georgia, and clearly that's not the case.
Tulsa.
No,
Shut
dude.
the fuck up, dude.
There's none.
There's none. There's no good defense.
I need
now.
a button that cuts Fake Dan's mic.
Cincinnati, maybe?
You know I've got a gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cincinnati's all right.
God damn it.
Cincinnati's all right.
No, they do have a decent defense, but for real, SEC teams, you would expect one or two, maybe three Big Ten teams.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Wisconsin, Ohio State, obviously, and either Penn State, Iowa, somebody like that, and then at least a couple of SEC teams, and then Clemson would have great defenses. Nobody fucking has a great defense right now.
No. And
what the fuck?
Ohio State's problem is their secondary. They're getting torched in the secondary, and it's like, dude, those are all the draft picks. So I don't know why they're playing zone instead of man-to-man, but here we are. Next up, we got Pittsburgh against Clemson. This is Clemson with Homeboy back, Pretty Boy's back. Sunshine is back at quarterback. This is Clemson minus 25.
Yeah, you don't give
in this
anybody
game.
25 points when their primary offensive weapon has been out for several weeks, and they're just now coming back. This is a retarded bet. I'm taking Pittsburgh with the points, even though I know for a fact that Clemson's probably going to
Pittsburgh's coming off their best offensive performance.
I know. I'm
right?
probably going to lose this bet, but my everything historically, data-wise, tells me do not give Clemson 25 points in this game.
And historically, Pitt gives Clemson problems.
Yeah.
Pitt has scored 40 points in back-to-back games.
Yep.
They're getting hot.
Yeah, they're getting hot at the right time.
Clemson's having its biggest problems on defense, to be honest.
They'll be 5-5 after they lose this
I know
game,
this
so they're
conversation.
getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, give me Pitt.
They're not going to win this
Give me
game.
the points.
No.
Give me the points.
Yeah.
It's too many
but
points.
I'm like 25 points with an over-under of 55. They're expecting Clemson to completely shut Pittsburgh down, and nothing that's happened lately, including Clemson's defensive performance, makes that seem accurate to me.
Yeah, a lot of the line, like this, just regular lines or whatever, have been really weird like shitty this week. But there's some real opportunity in the over unders. I feel like.
Yeah,
and
for sure. This is one of them.
Yeah, I would smash the over on.
Yeah, I'm
Pitt
going
and
to take
Clemson
the
all
over
day.
in this too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go against the grain here on this one. I'm going to take Clemson. I think they win by 4 touchdowns. They're pretty pissed off about the Florida State thing. Dabo Sweeney came out and said that Florida State was lying about COVID, which is awesome, dude. I love shit like that.
It's pretty funny.
And it's the greatest. I think they're pissed. They haven't played. They've just been practicing each other. Tickets are as low as $79 on drinkinbrostickets.com if you want to pop on out there. But I get Clemson by 4 scores and 7 years ago. So I'm going to go Clemson on this one. Next up, we got Northwestern playing for the Big Ten championship, more than likely. If they can get past Michigan State.
Well, they're not going to lose to Michigan State.
No.
It is minus 13.5.
Ooh, that's weird.
That is a big boy spread for Northwestern against Michigan State. Now, Michigan State was able to win one game against Michigan.
Mel Tucker's Michigan State.
Yes, dude.
Not the same.
So, what do you think on this one? I mean, look, I'm looking at Northwestern's quarterback. He has 8 passing touchdowns on the season here. They're 5-0. How is this happening? And 13.5 is it's too many points for me. I think I buy this up 1 point and get it at 14.5 and go Michigan State.
I'm not betting this game. Michigan State's burned me too much. I keep having faith in them with points, and they do not score at all.
Yeah.
So, no.
Okay. Who do you got?
Man, Northwestern beat Nebraska by 8, Iowa by 1, Purdue by 7.
Yep.
Like, no, this I don't know if Vegas is trying to trick you because there's an 11 next to Northwestern's name, and Michigan State's just been dog shit this year, or what. I don't buy that at all. I'll take Michigan State to cover.
Yeah, I'm going to take them in the points. I'm also going to take them in a 6-point teaser. What about you, D'Anthony?
I think that Michigan State is the worst football team we've ever seen that was a top 10 team within the last 5 years. I think this might be the worst performance I've ever seen at a team that was top 10 within the last 5 years.
I'll actually go Michigan on that one. Or LSU this year. Like LSU this year is
bad.
LSU's bad, yeah, but I don't think. Who would win LSU versus Michigan State?
That'll probably be the bowl game. So who knows?
I'll take LSU in that.
Yeah, you'll probably
I would
get to
take
see
LSU
that.
in that too. I think Michigan State's the worst team we've seen in a Power 5 conference that was a previous, like within the last 5 years, they've been top 10.
Yeah.
And what the fuck? Yeah, I'm not betting this game. It's garbage.
Okay. Next up, we get Colorado versus USC. USC is number 19. They're minus 12.5. This is at home in Los Angeles, but if there's no Thanksgiving, clearly there's no fans in the stands there for this one. Who you got in this one?
The over.
64. So the over is 64 in this game.
Take the over.
Okay. What about you?
Colorado sucks. USC's pretty good. I'd feel comfortable betting them to cover 12.5 or whatever.
Colorado can score, though.
This is another one, man.
This game is gross.
I
It's
hate
gross.
all these.
I don't bet the trap 12. I just don't.
Pac-12 After Dark is the best way to make your money back with Hawaii.
With Hawaii, but that is the only
Along with
exception.
Hawaii.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Hawaii is the only exception in that one for me. Dan, I know you're not betting this game, are you?
No way.
No,
Not a
I'm
chance.
not either. Not one prayer.
Not a
USC
chance.
might be okay.
Next up, look, I've been the Cincinnati Whisperer all year round. This is Cincinnati against Temple, your beloved Temple, there in Philadelphia. It's
My
minus
Owls.
36 there.
Fucking
Hoot, hoot.
That is another spread where it's just like, dude, these college games have been really fucking difficult to bet. These spreads are so high this year. I don't know why. Does Cincinnati probably cover? Yes. Temple's 1-6, but
I don't know what happened at Temple.
don't do it. If you have to watch a game for 36 fucking points, like it's literally hoping for fucking 6 touchdowns to cover.
Like, I don't know if Russo's still playing for Temple, their quarterback, but they should not be a 1-6 team.
It's crazy, man.
Because the last few years, they've just had their coaches get poached for bigger jobs.
Right.
So they're usually like an 8 or 9 win team. But
Does anybody bet this game here?
No, the over-under is 52. It's minus 36 for Cincinnati. That's predicting a 44-8 game.
Yeah.
So not going to watch it, so I'm not going to bet on it.
No, I won't even see this in my living room, in my household, or at anybody else's house. And if it is on, I rip their TV off the wall, I throw it out the window, and I take a shit on it.
On the TV, or?
Yeah, and the person. I'll dump out on the person afterwards.
Or at least wipe and then slap them in the face.
Do you ask them to sit on the TV or like kind of lay on the TV just so it's one shot? Or
lay on the TV,
you plug
obviously.
it back in and you make them watch it through your shit.
You have to. You have to. Next up, we got LSU against Texas A&M. This is the night game on ESPN. This is Texas A&M minus 14 in this game.
What?
Yeah. Seems low, right?
Give me LSU.
Are you really taking LSU in this?
Yeah, just from that line.
That's hilarious.
That's
what about
too
you?
low.
I'm taking A&M, and I'll tell you, LSU is one of the teams I've watched like closely this year because they played Missouri earlier, and we won that game by I think a touchdown, maybe a little less, and like we should have won that game by 3 scores. Like we muffed like 3 punts or something like that. It should not have been close. I don't trust LSU at all. Their defense is ass. Their defense fucking sucks.
Why are they only a 14-point dog?
I don't understand, man.
Yeah,
A&M should.
I'm going to buy a half a point and take this at 13.
I know Burrow and I don't know every offensive starter left. I guess all of them,
and the defense and the coach's wife.
Yeah, but to me, this looks like Orgeron in his post-contract year. He signed his contract, and now he's just banging some young chick and not giving a fuck anymore.
I know.
That's kind of what's happening.
If you've seen the hot blonde, you've seen the hot blonde.
Yeah, she's.
By the way, you don't have to wear the mask. We don't really
distracting.
care about
Yeah,
that
who-
stuff.
who is this guy over here?
We don't care about this
Is
stuff.
he?
here.
You're not a cop or anything, right?
No, he's not a cop. You're not a narc, right? I'm kidding. There's a ton of drugs here and alcohol.
Well, nobody cares about alcohol or drugs.
Well, we do because I'm barely 21 years old, and I don't want to get popped for that. In this, I'm going to take this. I'll buy this down to half a point and take Texas A&M at minus 13.5. I don't believe in LSU. I said this was going to happen before the season started. Everybody thought I was fucking retarded, and here we are. So Texas A&M is number 5 in the nation. They actually have something to play for.
No, they don't.
And they don't just need to like win. They need to like murder people right now.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Therefore, I think they do it.
But I mean, look, in again, it's in what world? The world that we've grown accustomed to is an LSU Texas A&M game have an over under of 64. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you would expect this to be a mid-20s for both sides game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
28-24.
Low to mid-20s. What the fuck is happening?
No defense.
I don't know. Is it? I can't wait for next year because I can't tell if this is COVID bullshit or if this is like just what college football is becoming. You know what I mean?
Right.
And what does that say about the NFL? You know what I
That's
mean?
what's coming down the pipe.
It's
Usually,
like-
usually
yeah.
it starts in
It
college.
starts in college.
Starts in
If you
high
see-
school.
If you see, it starts in high school. If you see these great, like if there's a great tight end in the NFL, there's at least some chance that tight end is from the state of Iowa, right? At least some chance. Iowa, Nebraska, one of those. And if you're a great defensive player, typically there are 4 or 5 states or even counties in those states where you might have come from. Now I don't know what the legacy is of defense. Like where is that going? You know what I mean? Where are these edge rushers coming from? Because that'll make a great defense has 2 edge rushers in college typically, and a pretty decent linebacking core and secondary.
Yeah.
Like if you looked at Clemson's defenses back in the day, those guys putting pressure on the quarterback, that fucking changes everything.
Right.
Particularly in college where kids aren't poised enough to deal with it. I don't see it anymore. Maybe it's just coincidence that there aren't 2 great edge rushers on one team, or a great edge rusher plus an inside linebacker that complements that skill set. I don't know what it is, but it fucking sucks.
I don't think we're going to find out until the playoffs, to be honest with you.
Well-
When it gets down to the top 4, and I think the best defense wins, and that'll be it. Or just a team
Man,
who's fucking
maybe.
chucking up 60, and
Yeah.
we'll call it a day at that. Next up, we got Georgia against South Carolina. It's another big boy spread here. This is UGA minus 21
No
and a half.
fucking way I give Georgia 22 points. Come
God
on, man.
damn it, man. I know South Carolina's terrible.
They are
Muschamp's
Terrible.
gone.
They're terrible. Although they
Just fired Muschamp.
Both teams just found a quarterback, right? Georgia's in on JT Daniels now, and they put Doty in. South Carolina just played Missouri last week. They put Doty in the second half, and Doty completely changed the game. And they lost, but their offense woke up. So
They also lost their coach in that game. He's gone.
yeah,
Muschamp is out of there
he's
for
dead.
South Carolina. So I don't know. 21 and a half. You couldn't pay me to bet on this game.
I think
You think?
I think if I had to choose, I'd take South Carolina covering.
Gross.
I'm gonna lean South Carolina.
I mean, Georgia doesn't have some fucking powerhouse offense, and to be honest, after the last couple of weeks, that defense is kind of suspect too.
Yeah.
Like it's not as good as we thought it was, or they just didn't play well together.
And whenever you go 21.5 like this, that is Vegas just teasing you to be like, what do you think? Huh? Is it more than 3 scores?
This is gonna. I'll tell you this. It's gonna be an ugly ass game. That's a fucking.
Yeah, the over/under is only 49.
Yeah,
in a college game.
Ugh.
It's gross.
There's your SEC game.
Gross.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is what an SEC game should look
be
like.
Yeah, should be. Last but not least here, to round out the evening.
Then we got a Big 12 game with a 55 over.
Here we go. Oklahoma against West Virginia. This is Oklahoma minus 11.
There's your defense. West Virginia's got a pretty good defense.
Yeah, they're all right. Who do you got in this one?
What's the line?
Minus 11 for Oklahoma.
Give me West Virginia outright.
You can take the money line.
Yeah, give me that.
Ooh, that's a sexy pick today.
It's in Morgantown.
It is, yeah.
And they're going to be drunk.
Yes, and it's on Thanksgiving
By
weekend.
6:30 p.m. Well, it'll be
Yeah.
7:30 p.m.
All the
there.
couches are going to be
By
on fire.
6:30 a.m., they're going to be fucking blackout.
And there's seats available for this game. Like, dude, it's Thanksgiving.
I mean, if you just go to one of those big fields near in Morgantown, you'll find people who have tickets to the game that will not be able to make it because of their level of intoxication.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can pick off tickets pretty easy there, but if you don't want to wait, go to drinkinbrostickets.com.
And you can get
sure.
tickets to this game. This is one of those games where it's Thanksgiving in West Virginia. That means every relative gets to sleep with each other in the same house, and they don't have to hide it for one weekend, right?
Oh, you mean like
is the game.
actually make love?
Correct. To the relatives.
Can you call it making love if it's somebody that's related to you?
Well, you love them.
Yeah. If you love them, you love them. You know what I'm saying?
Love anybody I'm related to.
Well, you
I
haven't found
have
the right
sex
person.
with them, but I'm not in love with them.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
You haven't found the right person. Let's swap on over to the NFL here, kids. That first game, that mybookie.com game, the free $250 game is this one. It is the 12:30 game. It is the Texans against the Lions. This is Houston minus 3 in this game. Does Houston have a problem, Fake Dan, in this one? I just wanted to say that, really.
Detroit's coming off being shut out by the Panthers. It's
Yep.
Thanksgiving. They always play their dicks off. Just give me Detroit.
Gross.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm going to be in Houston, so I'm going to take Houston.
Oh, there it is. I
Yeah.
like that. D'Anthony.
There's
There's a lot of pressure on this. This is the free game for all of our listeners.
I should say, too,
$250 you get to put on this.
Matt Patricia has not been fired yet, correct?
Correct.
So he just has to keep adding to his shit pile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, but I don't think the Texans are. I think there's fatal flaws on that team. Institutionally, I think they have problems. The Lions at home, no way. I think the Lions are going to win this game. I'm going to bet the Lions money line on this.
Yeah, I'll go with Dan too.
I'm going to take Houston actually in this one. I'll buy a half a point on Houston and take it at 2.5. I'm going to take Houston. Look, sometimes they look great, sometimes they look awful.
Cornell's actually has them playing pretty well.
Yeah, and Deshaun Watson quietly has had a fucking monster year, and he's got 20 touchdowns, close to 3,000 yards passing through 10 games. Like, shit, it's just everybody else just sucks. They don't have running backs. They have nothing. But
it's like a crime. Like, it's offensive what they're doing to Deshaun Watson in Houston.
He's very good. Therefore, I'm going to take them, and I think he shows out on Thanksgiving. But we'll see. Next up is the worst game maybe in the history of football until we get to whoever the Eagles are playing this week. This is Washington at the Cowboys, two teams that are 3-7. This is Dallas minus 3 on this one. Again, both of these teams, like whenever there's a minus 3 in an NFL game that just says we don't fucking care, like pick whoever you want because it doesn't really matter. This one's another minus 3 game. There's no way I'm putting any American dollars on this game whatsoever.
You don't want to go with the red rifle?
Nope.
No.
None of this. I want no part of this game. We actually have a suite for this game, and we're just like, no, we're not going.
We're okay.
Serious.
No.
Dead serious. Are you taking this game, Washington Cowboys?
Kind of like that D line for Washington.
It is.
It's
Fine. Yeah, Chase Young. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And look, I root for Alex Smith. I really do. But
forget about Alex Smith. Think about how Dallas has performed against any team that has a good defense. They got whipped by the Rams. They got whipped by the Seahawks, who also, despite having a worse defense than they normally do still are okay on defense. I mean, and Washington beat the Christ out of them the last time they played. Why would they not do it again? The Cowboys suck. They have no idea what they're doing over there. They have no game plan or anything like that.
They beat the Vikings last
Ron
week.
Rivera is a much better
about
coach.
the goddamn Vikings. Dude, Kirk Cousins is a piece of shit.
He is.
That dude, anytime, it doesn't matter what's happening. I would never bet on him. Well, I had him in fantasy one year, and I've hated him ever since because he is fucking terrible. Anytime anything is on the line, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
He's probably good at He's one of those guys that's really good in an interview. Then you hire him, and you're like, man, this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I thinking? Matt Flynn, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, if we're going redheads in this game, I'd rather have the chick from the Queen's Gambit in there versus Andy Dalton. I'm not betting this, and I wouldn't tell you guys to bet on this fucking game.
I'm betting on it. I'm betting Washington in this game.
Taking
+3.
Washington.
Yep.
I'll take the Redskins.
I wouldn't
Hot
bet this
Bob.
game, but if I had to, I would take Washington. The Dallas just, like they beat Minnesota last week. Minnesota is the fakest looking good win in the NFL.
They have been for a long time, actually.
Yeah, like it's like you beat Minnesota and you think that's like, well, it's quality. They were like top third of the league.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, they're fucking.
People think about Minnesota and Detroit, and they think that Minnesota's a good team and Detroit is not a good team. They have the same record probably every year, right? Like,
Same
what the
team.
fuck are we talking about here?
Minnesota's always like the soft playoff team, the one that like gets in. I'm trying to think of a good baseball comp, like a non-Dodgers NL West team that
Like the
gets
Twins,
in.
the Minnesota
yeah,
Twins.
like the Twins. Like they look good and they look good enough. Man, poor Minnesota
or Oakland. I mean, they make it in a lot, and they have no business being there. Let's be real.
God, when's the last time the Twins won a playoff game?
Oof. Kent Herbeck was their first
91,
baseman.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be actually. No, they
Kirby
won
Puckett.
playoff games against the Dodgers,
series,
right?
They-
The series, yeah, it's been 91.
Yeah, it has been 91.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Ravens-Steelers. That is the night game. This would be great. Half the team has COVID. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this. The line has been moving all over the place in this game. It is currently at Pittsburgh, -5.5. But J.K. Dobbins and Mark Ingram both have COVID. I don't know who they're running. I guess they're down to Gus Edwards at running back there. And I know that Des Bryant actually played a few snaps last week.
Had one catch.
Yeah. Des Bryant
Had another
played.
catch that got called back.
Yep. So he's there. Look, the Steelers have looked great this year. If those guys are out at 5.5, I'm fine with taking the Steelers.
I'm betting it now at 5.5 because, to be honest, even if Ingram and Dobbins were there with the Steelers' run defense, I would have taken the Steelers probably. I would have taken them at 6.5, to be honest.
And I think they keep their foot on the pedal, obviously, with the Chiefs only being a game back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have, and they have to play.
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
10-0.
Yeah, I think
And it's with the extra non-bye. Yeah.
Yeah, we
more
don't say that
motivation,
here.
yeah.
It's non-binary.
Non-binary.
It's non-binary on the show, obviously.
I don't think you can say that.
Next up, we get the Raiders. The Raiders against the Falcons. Whew, this is the Raiders -3.
Yep, Raiders.
Yeah,
All day.
all day.
All day.
That's what the fuck.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
You know, I've got that theory whenever fucking Vegas tells me to pay more attention than what I think I should be paying attention to, I pay more attention to it. So I'm going to go at home. I'm going to take the Falcons in this game.
Not
+3.
one prayer. The Falcons are the Falcons, man.
They are for sure. But
Raiders are 6-4. They're playing for the playoffs. The Falcons. Let's call it a day and get Justin Fields and move on with our lives.
6-4 is not very far away from just a 500 run-of-the-mill team.
But 7-4 is well on your way to the playoffs.
It
So
is.
they need to win this game. I'm taking the Raiders here.
Nope.
Next up, we got Chargers and Bills. Chargers, man, have put some points on the board with Herbert
Yeah, I think he's about to break every rookie record.
and his
He's on
in the
pace
NFL.
right
terrible
now, yeah.
haircut. Well, Burrow was about to break every record, and then he broke his leg. So we'll see. But they're at Buffalo. This is going to be a tough game. This is Buffalo -5.5. I am taking Buffalo all day long in this one.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Cross country.
Herbert's pretty dope, but the Chargers suck.
Yeah.
The Chargers do suck, yeah, but this is one to pay attention to because the Bills historically over the last 3 years they've had the best pass rush in all of football, in my opinion, statistically for at least 2 of those years. So, man, this is a hard one to call because Herbert's actually done for some reason he's done really well against teams that have really good pass rush. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it's just in my head. And I didn't expect him to be that good because he is on pace to break pretty much every record that exists. It's hard to imagine a world where Buffalo loses this game at home.
It is.
I mean, there's no fans because it's New York and Cuomo is a piece of shit. But it's even then, like if you're a Bills player, people are putting their babies through fake tables at christenings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fans are behind you. You don't necessarily need them there in person. I would love to be at this game.
Same.
To be honest.
So, are you taking Buffalo?
No.
Great.
I'm not
After all
taking
that. Jesus Christ.
I'm not going to take anybody because I think this game is closer than 5.5. I think
Not
it's
a
a bad
prayer.
bet.
I'm all in on the Bills, and I'll probably take in a
What's the
6-point
weather?
teaser. Fucking gray.
Yeah.
Cold.
It's
same as every
Buffalo, New
day in
York.
Buffalo. Yeah.
The worse it is, the more I
Yeah.
like the Bills.
Yeah,
That's
every
true
single
too. Yeah,
time.
that's true because
Against the Chargers?
Who's
Yeah.
the Chargers running back now?
It is, Austin Eckler's out. Justin Jackson is out.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know who their
No one
third-string
knows who
guy
it
is. But they're just chucking the ball and finding some success with it. But
It's not easy to chuck the ball when it's snowing and 30 degrees outside.
It's not too bad. It's only going to be like 43.
No, you'll
so
be fine.
it'll be fine. Yeah, that's not terrible.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
That's not horrifying for
We'll see.
Next up is another awful game here.
Yeah,
This
it's
is the
terrible.
Giants against the Bengals.
Nobody wants to bet on this shit.
No, Joe Burrow is not playing, obviously.
So Ryan Finley?
I guess. People were asking for Kaepernick, he's that bad that he's not even worthy of a backup
Hasn't
position.
played in 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. So no, we're all done with that.
Giants kind of can move the ball a little bit.
Have fun. I don't recommend anybody to bet on this game. Next up, this is a great game though. Actually, this is Titans against the Colts, both 7-3. This is Indianapolis minus 3.5. Who you got, Fake Dan?
Pass.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a tough one to pick. It's a tough one to pick. I'm actually going to take the Titans in this one.
I like the Titans too. I do. I think they're the best team in that division. I don't buy the Colts. Like I like the Titans to win.
I
that division.
buy the Colts, but Derrick Henry, man, has been a man on fire. He's already got he's almost got 1,100 yards rushing already in Week 10.
I think it's starting to show that the reason the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl is because of Frank Reich as the offense coordinator.
I don't think anybody cares about the Eagles.
But I'm saying he's the head coach of the Colts now.
Right. But,
So,
man, look, I'm going Titans on this one. Who are you going, Dan?
That's a good question, honestly. I mean, the fucking Titans they've lost weird games this year.
They have.
I did not think they should. I actually won the bet when they lost against the Colts, but I didn't think they should have lost that badly. And I definitely didn't think they should have lost to the goddamn Bengals.
It is hard to beat a team twice. So
Yeah, it is. I mean, but still, I mean, look, the Colts against teams that are shitty do pretty well. And every now and again, like the last 2 weeks, they've looked really good.
Yeah.
But is that real or not? I think it's the defense that's keeping them in these games. And they're scoring. They're happening to score. I don't think Phillip Rivers has got it anymore. I don't see how they do this again. I don't see how they beat the Titans.
But
it is
Green
hard.
Bay, yeah.
But it is hard to beat a team twice in 1 year, and they just beat the Titans, right? So I guess I got to agree with you. I think Tennessee's probably going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going with Tennessee.
I don't know though. I don't really feel. I mean, this is going to be a great game.
I'll take the points. It's 3.5. This could be a field goal game. I'll be happy to take that 3 and a hook. Next up, we got the Panthers against the Vikings. Another disaster of a game. It's Minnesota -4. Does anyone care about this game?
is
here?
Teddy playing?
No. He's got a knee injury.
Who could say?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Who knows?
Yeah.
This
And
is,
who cares? CMC isn't playing. He's ruined everybody's fantasy season this year. Christian McCaffrey, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to play.
What was the line?
This is -4.
Honestly, that's the type of game where Minnesota tricks you into thinking that they're awesome.
Yep.
It's the type of game that's the type of game where Kirk Cousins lies. You know, like this is a game
He beats up teams that are like really
Kirk
bad.
Cousins is the skim milk of professional football. You look at it and it looks the same. Like, oh, this should be good. You taste it and there's no fucking fat inside of it.
Nope.
Yeah.
By the way, we got rid of that fucking research in the 1950s.
We
Fat's
did.
not bad anymore.
No, sugar's bad for you.
You can drink whole milk and you can cut Kirk Cousins, Minnesota. You can do it.
Yep.
I believe in you. Get rid of that piece of shit.
I think he's gone after this year.
He's gotta be. Come on.
I think his contract is up too.
I'm not
so.
betting on this fucking game, though.
Me neither. This is a waste of your time. And
If Teddy
and
plays,
money.
I'll take the Panthers.
Dude, this is a game. This is the game that the type of game that Kirk Cousins justifies his existence.
Yeah.
I met your girlfriend. She will leave you.
Yeah,
if
she
you
will.
bet on this game and then lose it, like she'll be like, dude, why did you bet this game?
I'll frame you for murder if you bet on this game.
Yeah, why did you bet on this game? Next up is the Cardinals against the Patriots. This is Arizona -2.5 at New England. It's a tough game to call here on this one. The Patriots, found a way against the Ravens, and then they don't show up the next week. Like, I don't know who this fucking team is in New England, but it's tough to go against Belichick. But here we are, Cardinals -2.5. Who you got, Fake Dan?
I want to believe. I want to be a Cliff Kingsbury guy.
So do I.
But there's something about the Cardinals that kind of are off, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And they've looked like shit the last couple of weeks.
they look. It's just like a really nice car with just a shit engine.
Yeah.
But I'll still go with the Cardinals.
I will too. I'm going to go with the Cardinals as well.
Yeah, 2.5, whatever. Yeah. I could take that.
D'Anthony, who you got?
The Cardinals are clearly the better team, but going west to east like that, I'm gonna stay away from this one because I think the Patriots are gonna give them problems that are unanticipated. Yeah, fuck
All right.
that. Not gonna bet that one.
The next game we shouldn't have to cover on this show. So can we delete this from the audio and
Go ahead,
video
yeah.
and everything else?
Or at least run an ad.
Dolphins
over
at
our
the
voices
Jets
right now.
here. It's
So
Dolphins -7.
Tua got pulled last week, and it was the mental gymnastics that happened in the press after that were hilarious to me. Like, they're like, oh, we just thought Fitzpatrick gave us the best chance to win during that part of the game, so we brought him in for that part of the game.
Right.
Tua's still the starter. Like, no, he's not.
No.
No, he's not, dude.
It's
He sucks.
Fitzmagic, yeah.
That dude is fucking terrible. Are you kidding me? God damn it. There's no fucking way this is going to work out for them.
No, and for Trevor Lawrence, man, I hope the Jets win this game so he doesn't end up there. I mean,
It's not going to matter at this point. I mean,
No,
unless
the Jaguars are at 1-9.
the Browns will beat the Jaguars. But, yeah, I mean.
But he could go to the Jaguars.
We'll see.
That's
I don't
not
know.
better.
Either way, don't bet this game at home. This is awful.
No, I like the Dolphins. Take the Dolphins.
Fuck, gross.
They're
-7.
a solid team. They have a really good defense.
They do have a
They
really good
lost
defense,
to
yeah.
Denver last week.
Betting this game is like shooting up between your toes in the bathroom at
Yeah, dude.
Thanksgiving. It's fucking.
With Birkenstocks on. Yeah. Or you're just like, oh, do you have a sock? I don't have to wear socks on my sandals now to cover up your track marks, you fucking sick
Are you
fucks.
guys
Don't
not-
bet this game.
You guys are not shooting up?
No, not at Thanksgiving. I'll wait till Secretary's Day. Next up, we get the Browns, the worst 7-3 team I've ever seen in my life, against the Jaguars. This is Cleveland -7 at the Jaguars. God damn it, these games are awful.
Yeah, give me the Jags.
Normally, I would say, like,
Yeah.
if it wasn't the Jaguars, if it was some other shitty, like, 3-win team, I would probably take the 3-win team because the Browns suck, man. They always pull some bullshit and get whipped by a team that they should not even have been in a competition with. They shouldn't have even been close.
No.
At least once a year, and it hasn't happened yet this year, but it's not going to be this game.
But the Jags still
Jags are
starting
bad.
Luton
I don't
from
know.
Oregon
Yeah,
State.
they are actually, yeah.
What happened to Minshew?
Oh,
They hate to party.
He's
Nah,
in rehab,
to-
getting his mustache treated, I think.
To be honest, at 1-9, I think they're tanking this out for the rest of the year to get Trevor Lawrence. So, dead serious. I think that they just benched him for that. Otherwise, you let him ride out the year. There's no reason for this bullshit.
Right.
And if you're betting on this game, fine. But chances are we're probably not friends in real life.
They've been in the mix, right? The Jags have lost every game, but they're kind of like
In the mix, yeah.
Green Bay, they lost by.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who wins a Super Bowl first, Gardner Minshew or Jameis Winston?
Neither.
Well, I mean,
They'll
Winston's
never
on
win
the
a Super
Saints
Bowl.
right now, so maybe Winston.
No.
But he's not. I mean, he might win a ring.
Yeah, I'll get a ring. You just talking about get a ring on your finger?
No,
or?
as a starting quarterback.
No.
Well, at least
neither.
as the quarterback in that game, like Nick Foles, for
Okay.
example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you could say Minshew probably ends up on a practice squad somewhere for like a really good team. Gets a
Yeah,
ring.
he's a great backup. He's like clipboard Jesus, Charlie Whitehurst.
Yeah. I mean, Garrett Gilbert's got a ring with the Patriots. So
Yeah. Next up, we got the Saints against the Broncos. This is a dangerous game. I feel like this is a trap game. This is New Orleans -6 at Denver. Tickets are available for this in Denver. And I'm not on the Taysom Hill train.
No,
that
and the Saints
much.
are relying 100% on athleticism to win this
Their
game, and they're
defense-
going to be a mile high.
Their defense is really fucking good for the Saints. That's what I will say.
I think this is a problem game for the Saints.
I do too, and therefore I'm not betting this.
what do you think, Drew Lock whisper?
No, Saints are going to win this game.
Are they going to cover?
Yeah. I'll take the Saints to cover. The Broncos can't score points. They're terrible.
Yeah, but they beat Miami last week.
Who? The Broncos?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
At home.
not really. concerning to me.
Yeah. Or anyone, really. Even Miami didn't seem to mind.
Fuck it, I'll take the Broncos.
Oh, there it is, you dirtbag. I'm with you on the Broncos. I'll take with the points.
I think the Saints are relying 100% on athleticism right now and going from New Orleans, which is below sea level, to a mile-high stadium. It's actually a little bit more than a mile high.
Yeah.
I think that creates a problem for them, to be honest. I think this is going to be a really interesting game. I think by the end of the game, if the Broncos are close, they have a good chance of winning outright on the money line. Because
I agree.
The Saints are going to be tired as fuck. I don't know if you've ever done that before.
Yes.
But a lot of my buddies in the military before PT tests used to go back home to Colorado to do all their running and shit. Or if they were going to a school or going to a selection or something like that. Sucks up there. I'm not into it.
And I got blackout drunk at a wedding there. And usually I can drink forever, but it caught me mile high. The air caught me. Next up, we got the 49ers against the Rams. This is the Rams -7. The Rams are on a little bit of a roll here. They looked pretty good last night.
Jared Goff is a young Kirk Cousins. Really is.
Yeah.
He's had so many weapons there over the years, and it's just like, rip, rip, rip. It's like a guy you hand a fucking priceless artifact to. You're like, this is a normal-looking dude.
Robert Woods had 90 catches last night.
He did, yeah. He'll walk it over and take this over there. And he's like, all right, cool. And there's no reason to expect he would ever drop it. But for some reason, he just starts juggling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And breaks it. This guy's, can you imagine? It's like
Are you taking the 49ers then?
Fuck no. No, the 49ers are terrible, man. As a matter of fact, I hope they do bring back Colin Kaepernick.
Oof. Could you imagine?
They fucking deserve him.
Over Thanksgiving? That'd be great.
Bring him back.
Bring back Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm
the Rams absolutely have to win this game.
Yeah, they do. Because it's 7-3. I'm going to take this down a half a point at 6.5, and I'll take the Rams. What do you got, Fake Dan?
Niners.
Niners.
Yeah.
-7.
Give me the points.
Yeah, I take Rams -7, no problem.
Okay. Next up, the Chiefs, man, the most impossible team to bet on.
This is going to be a great fucking game.
Great
right
game.
here.
This is Mahomes against Tom Brady.
This is the best defense against the best offense.
This is
right
at Tampa Bay, and there are tickets available for this game.
All this build-up, though, it's going to be a fucking turd.
I know.
No.
I know. It's Chiefs -3.5 here. I am going to buy a point and take this to 2.5. And I'm going to bet the Chiefs again, and they're probably going to let me down again and win by 1.
So I'm going to lie bet this game. I'm going to have the Buccaneers. They're going to get the ball first. They're going to score first, and then I'll take the Chiefs when they're down 7-0.
Okay, cool. And by the way, we are splitting off the Drinkin Bros sports feed. It will be its own channel. You'll be able to watch live games. We're actually having a set built for the live games, and that'll be up and at 'em by December 1st.
December 1st is the launch date. Me and Giorgio are going to build out that streaming studio.
Yes.
So, yeah, we'll be able to watch UFC fights, games.
And you'll be able to watch these games and live bet on these games with everyone. And Drinkin Bros Sports, subscribe to on YouTube. That is its own new channel. But this Chiefs-Buccaneers game, if we were live streaming, this would be a great one to do so for, because I think it's going to be an awesome game. I'm going to take the Chiefs at -2.5. You?
Chiefs live. Yeah.
Chiefs live?
When they're down 7-0.
Okay. And then try to get the points later?
Yeah, I'm going to just try to grab the Chiefs whenever they're down in this game.
Okay. What about you?
Live bet is really the way to make money. Those live lines
A lot
always.
of people say it, yeah.
They overreact constantly.
Yeah.
They really do, yeah.
I like the Chiefs straight up -3 though. Like I think that's fine. I also think the 56 over is pretty good. Chiefs don't play defense.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The Chiefs don't play defense, but the goddamn Buccaneers sure do.
Except against the Saints, but that's it.
The problem is though, the Chiefs. I don't give a shit who play if the Bucs play defense against the Chiefs. The Chiefs can score. Like, period.
We'll see. I mean, typically that is the case, but I mean, the Bucs are giving up 78 yards rushing a game or some shit like that. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. It's under 80 yards a game rushing right now. Not that the Chiefs rely on the run game that much, but look, if you're that good and your linebacking core, then you can start to do things. Now, I haven't seen the Buccaneers move outside of their comfort zone defensively yet. This might be one of those games where they test some shit out, because this is a meaningless game, basically, to be honest. I mean, the Chiefs want to win because they want to stay at or close to the level of the Steelers to get that home field advantage. But for the Buccaneers, I mean, who gives a shit, to be honest? I don't think Tom Brady's worried too much about any of this stuff right now. This might be an experimental game for the Buccaneers. This is going to be a really good game. I can't wait. I wish this was a night game. Packers Bears is cool. Got it. Like maybe 10 years ago, that would have been a fucking fun thing to watch. Why is this not the fucking night game?
I don't understand it. And they have the ability to switch these games for ratings. Like that
This
is
is crazy.
That is,
I
guess though it is the game of the week though on is it probably Fox, right?
Yeah.
It's on CBS.
CBS game of the week. So, but they got Tony
Romo
Romo
game.
on the call.
Yeah, they got Romo on that. Who you got, Dan?
I'm not betting this game.
Okay.
I think there's a really good chance this game doesn't go the way it should.
Probably. The Chiefs are hit and miss in these fucking spreads, man. It's been a goddamn disaster, but I have a hard time betting against them, and I love pain. And love is pain, according to Ja Rule. This Sunday night game, the Bears-Packers, there is no line on this, and I don't know why. Did somebody
Maybe
get COVID?
Yeah, you got to think.
You got COVID?
I just saw the Monday night game. Why?
Monday night game. So to cap it off.
Why?
Seahawks, Eagles, -6 Seahawks. I am all in on the Seahawks. The Eagles are one of the very worst teams in the NFL.
Why are we doing this to the rest of the country?
I don't know. Why are the Eagles in every fucking primetime game?
I don't know. I'm sorry. All I can do is apologize.
God damn it, man. It is awful. Russell Wilson, man, is 30 touchdowns. He needs to get back in the MVP race again. I think they win this by a touchdown. So I think you're fine on this. The Eagles, I don't even know who plays for them anymore.
I mean, don't let anybody convince you to take the Eagles.
No.
Don't even
Seahawks, right?
Yeah, Seahawks. Lay everything you have on the Seahawks.
They just don't like to put double-digit spreads on NFL games.
Yeah.
Like it's just not something they do.
Yeah,
But
I would have taken this at probably 9.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean this. Even though the Seahawks don't always cover this year against the spread, they're okay. They're like fucking 6-4 maybe.
Yeah.
7-3 something like that. They're not that bad. Not as bad as they have been in past years. So I'm good with this. The Eagles are really, really bad, and there's no reason for them to even come out and try in this game.
There's no reason for us to even show.
Yeah.
No, to show up for this game at home too.
Just forfeit.
Dude, Russell is going to carve us.
Yeah, it's going to be disgusting, and I'm looking forward to it. So therefore, I'm betting the Seahawks in this game. Hot Bob, Fake Dan. This was fun, kids.
Yeah.
You can look for them on their college basketball show that is joining the lineup on Drinkin Bros Sports. We will have more information on that next week, and you will be able to subscribe to Drinkin Bros Sports podcast. What we'll be doing is splitting up the NFL into one day, college in one day, college basketball one day, and then Giorgio will be joined doing some UFC fights as well. So we're looking forward to that.
Dan and Dan are going to be doing that with me too. Popping in as well. Yeah.
So looking forward to that and expanding that channel and betting on all this shit on mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros will double your deposits. For Hot Bob, Fake Dan, D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin Bros Sports Companion Show. Good night, everyone. Ooh.